Oh, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a New York Giants chat session here. We're going to get some of our frustration out. I got my special guest, The Miz, everyone's favorite analysis. Get a little time between the two of us, discuss some old school football, what we've seen previous years, everything that we think's going on right now. And so, what's good, Miz?
I'm good, man. I see Adam texting me, so I let him know that we're on. But yeah, we wanted to discuss. We're gonna start out with Judge because this is a hot topic in the Giants world, and it all starts with the leader of the team. So this head coach, we think, has been given some type of notice without the public knowing that he'll be back, and he doesn't have to worry about the media attacking him and his job. But and I kind of agree with that. And so does Joel. I think that we can't keep on doing a new thing every 2 years, because guess what? It takes longer than 2 years to build a team, and you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to be stuck in quicksand if we keep on doing this shit, and it's not the Giants' way. So, but we also will discuss if they don't show up to any game the rest of this year, is that going to play a role in it? So, Joe, what do you feel about Judge, and what do you think his future holds? And do these 4 games have a bearing on if he might get fired at the end of the year?
Man, I'll give you the perfect example, Miz. Jim Harbaugh at Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
It took him 5 years to beat Ohio State. Now, they could have got rid of him at year 3 and year 4. But, the coach is meeting with the program directors and everything and the direction he wants to go. And, it took 2-3 years for him to get his draft class in there and then get those guys experience. Hey, Raphael, good you could make it. Joe Judge is going through the same thing right now. He's using other players.
100%.
Harbaugh, when he first went to Michigan, is using players he didn't want to, recruit or get into the program. Same scenario. You look at what's going on. We don't know what Judge is telling Mara, what he's trying to do with the team, what's going on inside that organization. We don't know what Tisch is doing, being involved in that organization. There's a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors right now. 100%. But if Mara comes out now and says that Judge is safe for next year, you kind of have to believe it because, he's not even denying it. Could it be a smokescreen? Yeah, it could be a smokescreen, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't buy it. Yeah, I buy that they've told him secretly not to worry. Like, this job is yours. I totally believe that.
I do too, because if you look at the first half of the year, the offense wasn't doing bad, but the defense was really bad. And now the defense is good and the offense is bad. We fired Garrett. News is coming out about Garrett. That's the biggest nightings. I appreciate it, my guy. Yes, finals are going on. Good luck, my guy.
Good luck. Hey, guys, hit the like button. Give this guy Joel all the support he deserves, man, and he deserves it. So there's no way you can walk out of here without punching that thumbs up.
Oh, thank you. But we say that we study history, Miz, so that we don't repeat history. So if we learn from history, we've learned from teams that fire a coach every year or two and what they are. And did Mara learn anything by not giving Shermer a third year? McAdoo, that just blew up in his face. Coughlin, that blew up in his face, and he's just going to be eating that from here on out forever because we're never going to forgive that as a fan base. Coughlin was our hero, and to get them players, that defense, and not give Coughlin a chance, that just wasn't right. Benching Eli, that wasn't right. That didn't settle well with fans, and now we're still a crappy football team and it's not sitting right with fans. So there's a lot of frustration and there's a lot of complaints going on about this football team. Ash Money, what's good? Just so you guys know, we will be dropping the link here in about 30-40 minutes. Miz just really wanted to come on and and really, two old guys going at it with football. And I wanted to see that, history repeating itself when we went from Bill Parcells to Ray Handley to, oh God, what was his name? Denver's old coach there. He came to the Giants after
Dan Reeves.
Dan Reeves. Yeah, we went from Dan Reeves, and then we went to Jim Fossil. I really wanted to believe that Judge was our Jim Fossil. And he still might be, because Pat brought up a good point that, look at the guys that Judge is bringing in. Is Ojulari screwing up? No. Is Roche screwing up? No. Is Zimenez, he's screwing up, but he wasn't the draft. But Xavier McKinney, he's playing ball. Andrew Thomas. Do you guys see the stats from Andrew Thomas's last game? Monster. Monster. Having that stud left tackle right now, best part of this team.
Right.
Daniel Jones' growth and development right now with him being off the field. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We'll never know.
No, dude, I love Thomas. I really do.
I think everybody loves Thomas, and that was a Joe Judge, That was his first year, first pick. Nate, what's good? Mike Nixon?
Not comparing him, because you hear a lot of people saying, Mara thinks that Judge is his modern day Parcells. But if you would, if you look at Parcells' first 2 years, it was bad, man. It was basically this. It might have been worse than this.
Well, yeah, he won 3 games his first year, and he won 7 games his second year, right? So there was progress, but
he was able to get some high picks and add himself a Sims and a Lawrence Taylor, right, or whatever it was, vice versa,
Right.
That's what turned the franchise around. You got big time piece on each side of the ball.
You can see that Phil Simms was not Bill Parcells' quarterback, because Phil Simms didn't draft him, or Phil, Belichick didn't draft Phil Simms. He didn't draft LT either.
All right. Well,
because he came in 82, correct?
Well, I believe he came in 82. So wasn't one of them drafted in 83?
81 was Lawrence Taylor, and 79 was Simms.
Well, then he definitely molded them into his type of players.
Exactly. And you know what? Is Judge doing that right now? Because we all know that this offensive line is trash. So let's see what Judge really does now with not having, having his guys in there. Taj, man, I appreciate everybody that's in here right now. We got 12 people. Guys. We got to get Judge his guys. He's got to be in control of the team. We have not been firm believers of any of these coaches being in control of the team. Do you really think Shermer had any control?
No,
how about McAdoo? Coughlin didn't even have control.
So I don't forget, I did want to say real quick, Shermer was so bad with the media. He just was so bad in New York. He couldn't handle being under attack by the media. And New York media is always going to come after you, give you a hard time. You have to know how to tame them. And I think that's one of the reasons why Judge will be back, is he's shown the ability to handle the media and the criticism. He's done real well with them. Something Shermer was horrible. You had to get him out of New York. He was getting eaten alive, and you could see how frustrated he was.
Right. He is very frustrated. Media,
that's a problem. So
I'm going to be dropping the link here in a little bit, Taj. Me and Miz just wanted to have a powwow.
Apparently, the Giants did, the owners did tell Judge when they brought him in that it's going to take time to turn this around, and they agreed to that. And 2 years is not time to clean up a disaster of the last 6-7 years, so.
Well, and not only that, Miz, I get it. Every team in this league had COVID that first year Judge came in. Okay. But when you're a new coach, we saw, why do you think the NFC was so bad? Dallas had a new coach. The football team had a new coach. We had a new coach. Those guys weren't ready to play. Those guys weren't prepped. So basically, did Judge really he's only had one offseason to work with these guys to figure out what he's got on the team. And it's just like when a CEO comes into a failing company. They're not going to turn that company over in 2 to 3 years, because you've got to get the right people. You've got to get the right personnel involved, and you got to screw up or fix all the screw ups that have been happening and are going to happen because of previous management.
Right.
Is there really a fast fix in anything? I mean, basketball is the only thing you can do, but there's only 5 guys on the court.
Dude, there's no shortcuts in life. If we keep on trying to make a quick fix like we did this past offseason,
Right.
this is what you get, man. You know, I'm not looking for a 1 year, we win 10 games and have a nice year, maybe win one playoff game, and then we got to go back to the drawing board because we suck the next year again. I want to build something that each year you another step up, another 2 steps up. So in 2-3 years from now, we're ready to go on a 7-8 year run with a young team. Okay, that's what I want.
Exactly. And then that's when your draft picks really start clicking. And that's when your free agents, you start bringing in that one guy instead of, 5 or 6, because you bring in 5 or 6 free agents, you're not working the team right. You're not getting your guys in there. You're getting guys in there to fill. And when you get guys in there to fill, are they really giving 110%?
No.
They're not going to buy into their system. They're already coming from a system where that the system doesn't want them anymore. So now they're free agents. So they're already coming in with a chip on your shoulder.
Right.
If you're getting traded, that's another
on
thing.
Judge yet, Joe. I haven't seen anybody quit on Judge yet. If you remember Sherman's last year, man, the Giants him, they gave up a 50-something spot in midseason, and they never came back to play again.
And not only that, McAdoo had the same thing.
Eli was walking off. Okay, they stepped up for Eli. That even showed you even more that they quit on the coach.
Yep. Because even McAdoo had guys quit.
Right.
But Coughlin didn't. Coughlin never had guys quit. Even during all the turmoil, and you still hear the stories about Strahan with some of the stuff that Coughlin did. It still irritates him. He still went out and balled because he knew that the other guys, look, okay, we got something here. And when you got something there, you don't go across the grain and disrupt the team. You go with the flow. And right now, that's what Judge needs. Judge needs those players that are going to go with the grain with him and understand his system and his ideas and his logic and his play style. Do we really have a running football team right now? Judge does want that.
Listen, you could tell Judge is a Giants type of guy.
Yes.
Like he's an old school blue collar. I'm going to work your ass off, and that's what's going to help us. But the Giants have holes in certain spots. We go over this every day. The O-line is a big factor. The defensive end, because the Giants' history is based on pass rushers, and we don't have them right now. And when we get these things together, because, look, you can sit here. Who was it today? Today I watched, all right, some people ain't a big fan of the Herd. But the Herd stood up there on TV and said the Giants have more talent than most teams in the league. He feels they need another quarterback because he thinks the quarterback is what's going to help make this team win. Now, I guess that remains to be seen. But I think in order to see if this quarterback is the guy, we haven't given him an O-line yet. We've gone over that. So it's pretty obvious where you're going to go in this draft. Now, we'll get into this after because we're still talking about Judge. But a big topic today, Russell Wilson again has hinted at wanting to be a Giant. And I am willing to go get a guy like that because he will make the Giants, I feel, a playoff team instantly. But I am not giving up the 2-1s for him under no condition. You got to draw a line somewhere here. You know, Joe?
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of Jones, and so am I.
I am. Okay, I am. But we could do so much for this team with the draft capital that we have right now. Because if you look, we went back and broke this down earlier. Dave Gettleman's never traded back in his history. Okay, this is the first year he traded back. You know what? Everybody's loving that right now because we're looking at the draft early again, but we got 2 first-round picks because of what happened last year. And I get guys like you that are upset that we didn't get Parsons and that we didn't get. But, if I'm using common sense right now and I'm looking back, Joe Judge realized that this team needs a lot of problems, okay? So instead of Judge playing checkers and getting Parson or getting Slater to try to fix this team quick, he's looking long-term. And he knew coming out of this draft, there was going to be some stud offensive linemen. There was going to be some stud edge rushers. There was going to be, those guys available in this year's draft. So he built up capital for this year. So, okay, look, that was the beginning of what we should have seen. We should have seen this coming the minute Joe Judge and Gettleman traded down last year. What else makes sense for why the Giants would trade down instead of taking an old lineman when we know we needed an offensive lineman? So then he went down and got value with Tony. Now, look, I know Tony's not everybody's favorite pick, but this kid could develop into something. We just got to get him ready. Okay. He was talented at Florida, but he was a project. We love what he could be. We see what he could be. You know, if he's going to be there for 17 games a year, he's going to be a dynamic playmaker, top 5 wide receiver, top 5 slot guy, top 5 playmaker. All right. That's what Judge saw right there. And then in the second round, we needed an edge rusher. Okay. You know what? Let's give Ojulari. We'll draft him. We'll build him up. And then luckily the Giants were paying attention and we got Roche off the agent wire, the free, you know, when teams were making cuts, the Giants were paying attention to all of this stuff. And I get it that they're not happy because we went out and we got 2 offensive linemen that ain't worth the shit. But at least they didn't sit back and not do anything about it.
Right.
I get it that everybody's upset. Things didn't work out as planned, but you've got a coach that's realizing this stuff, trying to do something with what he has available to him at the time. So with Mike Glennon going out there right now, do you guys really expect the offensive play calling to be better? Do you really expect this offense to be better?
Yeah, guys got to be realistic, man.
Exactly. What is a coach? What coach right now, Miz? Because I'm going to hand the ball off to you. What coach right now with this team could get a win out of this team with Glennon playing and everybody?
Listen, man, I said it earlier today, you know, Hit Squad had a little stream. I jumped on for 5 minutes. Check it out, man. If the Giants give you a 3/4 of football this Sunday and they really, really fight hard, but you know they ain't got the ammunition to play with this Cowboy team. They give you 3/4 and lose the game in the 4th by 10 or 13. Man, you got to say this team's playing hard for Judge. And not to make an excuse, but it is an excuse. This team is loaded with major injuries, man. We are not even playing with starters anymore. So you got to consider this. You can't expect you're going to win games. I want to see wins or I don't want Judge back. Come on, get real now. Let's be real, man. You're not being realistic. This team is shot right now, man. Now Leo's out. Tony's out. Shepard just came back. I mean, dude, we haven't had – I saw a stat this week that
with all the starters, they've only played 6 reps.
Offense, 6 downs all year, man.
Yeah.
6 downs all year. Do you think that's fair? And do you think the Giants want it that way? You think people get injured on purpose? They're having injury problems. It is what it is, man. You have to be real. You got to stick to the road. You can't cut the road short in the middle of this guy building his type of team. Now I'm going to go get another coach. So you know what he's going to do? Rip it all up, start all over again. You're looking at another 4-year process. Get real, man. I don't want these quarterbacks in this draft because I'm going to give you the reality, everybody right now. Now, one of these QBs in this draft is better than Daniel Jones. Bottom line.
What are we supposed to do? Just sit here, piss and moan? You know, I mean, I'm not going to do that. I'm looking at this team. I'm looking at the future. I'm looking at the draft capital.
Positive. There is positive on this team, man. I heard it on TV today from a couple of guys. The Giants have weapons. The Giants have talent. You know what we need to go draft. You know what we need to put together. Go do it. No more ignoring it. We don't need any more weapons, man. Don't tell me Kenny Golladay forgot how to play football. He doesn't get separations. Man, we don't have an O-line, so the coaches have lost any confidence in allowing these QBs to drop back and look deep. They don't got the time, man. 1 second is not getting you past 10 yards. Bottom line.
Right. I agree.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
And you can't want Glennon to drop back and air the ball deep. He doesn't have the arm of a Daniel Jones, and he doesn't have time. That guy's one hit away from you being on your 3rd-string quarterback. And I know you all think Fromm is like Moses, like he's going to save the nation. Fromm hasn't played football in this league for a reason. Wake up.
Yeah, he was a 5th-round pick. What's it? What excuse are we saying?
Yeah. And
What
he don't know the
excuse?
playbook, man. He doesn't know the playbook.
Well, Ash is saying there's no excuse or reason why he shouldn't have addressed the O-line this year. None. Okay.
Well, who has a better arm than Jones? He's talking about who's he from. But you got to know a lot more than just an arm. You got to know the playbook. You got to know things. If the coaches aren't putting you on, and we're not the ones there all week, the coaches are. You got to trust that these coaches know something a little more than us. I know we all think we know everything, and I'm like that also. I get cocky and arrogant also. But guess what? Those coaches are in the NFL for a reason. They didn't just, they didn't just climb out of a hat and ended up with a head coaching job in the NFL.
Oh, I know you never said he was good, Adam. You want to see what he's got. I get it. But you know what? He's a 5th-round draft pick. Okay. And he's never seen a down in the NFL yet, has he? He was a backup up there in Buffalo with Trubisky and Allen. And,
Look, man, I'm with, I said this earlier in the season. I saw where this was going. I'm with, let's roll with this one more. Let's roll with this. I'm not even going to put a number of years on it. Let's roll with it. By the way, I know we all take our shots at Mara. I have too. But at the end of the day, he's the owner. And it's not like he doesn't want to win. He does. So let's roll with it. Let's see what we do this draft,
Well, okay, let's say
about it, man. We have 2 picks in the top 7. There's so many ways you could be excited about it a little. I understand.
I just,
trash. I get it.
I don't understand because Ash, he's always saying we should have gotten a 3rd or a 4th or a 5th-round offensive lineman. And I just don't. I keep bringing up that, man, we keep going after those guys in the 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds, and they don't pan out. They're not good. They're 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds because they're a 2-year development guy. So last year, you getting a 4th round, 5th round guard is going to make a difference on this team? How many guys are you what? Do you want the 5th, 6th, 7th rounds? You want them all guards and tackles and everything? Let's throw another Mr. Irrelevant out there on the O-line. What?
I agree with Blue City. I don't know if that's what he's trying to say, but if he's trying to say what I think he is, I agree. Firing Garrett was a bad idea. And we all wanted it because we were dying for a change. We thought it would spark up the offense. I heard about Kitchens as the savior. Come on, listen. We fired Garrett was a mistake.
And he
let
sucked.
him finish the season. Unless him and Judge were bickering and we don't know about it,
Again, we don't know what was going on if Garrett was going behind Judge's back. We don't know what Mara was talking about. We don't know how much he was into it. We don't know what Judge wanted. Maybe Judge did want offensive linemen. Maybe he did.
There you go. Highlight Eagle Uncensored statement because that's a fact, man. And that's coming from a rival, man. That's coming from a rival.
It's been proven the franchises who are consistent and don't change win in the NFL because chemistry and consistency is everything. I do agree with that.
Yeah, you pick a road, stick with it. You can't keep changing the road or you end up back at the 4-way road again.
And you're okay. You know what? Everyone keeps going off on this staff. I'm not saying that I'm an expert at judging staff, but if you guys don't think we have the staff, who's the right staff? Let's be the Cleveland Browns. Fire everyone until they get the right guy every 2 years.
Come on. Yeah.
Let's fire everyone every 2 years until we get the right guy.
Every 2 years. Detroit.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll fire a GM every 2 years. We'll fire a coach. We'll fire all the staff. Psh, gone. Okay, 2 years. Let's do it all over again.
Yeah,
you only get 2 years. Maybe 1. How'd Cleveland do out there like that? How the Jets doing?
You guys can fire and hire. You're not turning it around and making a run to the NFC Championship in 1 year. You know that. The next guy comes in, he tears it down. I want my guys. I don't want your guys. I want my guys. Okay, here we go again. Another 3-4 years of doing this shit again. You have to know that. It's not the right way to go. Judge was brought in here. His age was one of the factors because he's young, which means they was going to give him the time to turn the team around and stick around here a long time.
Well, you know what? It probably won't be this offensive staff, Chris. Maybe Kitchens is gone. Maybe Judge is going to get his guy in here next year. That's his offensive coordinator, not Jason Garrett that John Mara wanted. That might, you guys are sitting here, we blow it up. It might be freaking blown up. Listen, Andrew Thomas is probably the only safe guy. Well, Thomas, Roche, Ojulari, McKinney, maybe a couple others. They're the only safe guys on this team. I don't think Barkley's safe. I don't think Jones is safe. I don't think Dexter Lawrence is safe. Hell, Leo Williams might not be safe. Galladay might not be safe. They might trade everybody. They might get rid of a lot of freaking guys.
Yeah.
You guys want it blown up? You just might see it blown up. Yeah, I see it back there, Adam. It's just, I don't know how the hell you got the link, but
I sent it to him. We got players. We have talent here. I'm not trying to blow everything up. We got some good players here, and we just haven't put the foundation together, So
all right, Adam, you're in the stream because I know you're looking at different.
Yeah.
How are you, fellas? And
we're doing all right. It's not excuses, Adam. We're trying to stay positive.
I'm not debunking the whole Jake Fromm thing. All I'm saying is you're down in a game. Why not just put him in to get some reps? I'm not saying you need to start him. Down the game. Play him to see, because I know you guys are, well, he's a 5th round pick. He's never played. Well, he ain't never going to play if you don't put him in the game, right? So if you're down in the game, like against the Cowboys, if they're getting blown out, there's no need to see Mike Glennon anymore. Just put the kid in, run some plays that he knows, let him get his feet wet. I'm not saying be like the Jets and start him like Mike White or anything like that. All I'm saying is get him in the game. Now, if down the road you increase his reps the next 4 games, right, as we go, then you want to say against Washington with nothing to lose, you want to see the kid play a full game, fine. But, you have to ease him in. We can't just sit here and say, well, he's never played, and then hope next year that if he is the backup quarterback that he gets, he has experience. There's 4 games for a reason. We're in evaluation mode. I know Joe Judge wants to talk about playing to the end. We're in evaluation mode. Find out who's here next year. If you're next year, find out who's here next year. I don't care about anymore, like trying to, definitely have a game plan. I'm not saying to tank, but, when the time is right and you're not going to be able to come back, don't say, let me roll with Mike Glennon out there. Throw the kid in. Throw another people in. See if they get – that's how you build a team. That's how they get reps. They say in basketball, right? You get a blowout, you give the kids some end of the bench. Well,
Miz, you got Lou's phone number?
Yes.
You want to send him the link?
Yeah, I got him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in on you guys, but what I'm just saying is that sometimes you got to let the young players get some reps, and then you can get a true evaluation of them, right? We have no idea. We know what Glennon is. I don't want to see Glennon anymore. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm just saying, to me, I've seen enough of Glennon to know that if I'm getting blown out and we're down, 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, and the game is basically over, and they're playing prevent defense, why not just give them a couple plays? Say, hey, kid, go out there and do something, get your feet wet. Because we need backup quarterback needs to be a position next year, regardless of if Daniel Jones is here. The kid has shown he can't stay healthy, so I need a backup plan that's not Mike Glennon.
I like your thinking.
I don't know if Fromm is. I don't know if it's safe to start a Fromm against this Cowboy defense, though.
I never said to start him. I said to get when the game is out of hand, you play the kid. Because they're going to call the dogs off at some point. Look what they did. Well, maybe not the Cowboys because they're arrogant, but
injured
against the LA, they called the dogs off, and so it was prevent defense. That's why we scored 2 garbage touchdowns.
Thank you, it squad.
Yeah, no, you're right. Unless they feel that he is not ready to run the plays, like he doesn't know the playbook or something that they're seeing that we don't know because we're not there. I don't know.
That's the same thing we said with Kadarius Toney. I'm saying we play football. You give him a couple packages to run the game. He's a quarterback. See what he can do. You're not running out there, and when it's garbage time, think of it as a preseason game. You're losing the game, right? There's no way we're making the playoffs. So stop trying to play like we're making the playoffs and start to learn about your team. Because if Joe Judge is this guy going forward, there's no need to see Mike Glennon because he ain't going to be here next year. Period. You know,
Right.
say Barkley, get Brightwell in the game. We know what Barkley is. We know
I've agreed with that a lot, Adam. I would love to see the younger players get some reps and some starts. I've been saying that for a while now because we're not going anywhere. Get these guys some film, get these guys on tape, and they got something to work off in the offseason. I agree 100% with that.
Do you guys think you need to see any more of Lorenzo Carter?
No, I think I've seen enough of Lorenzo Carter, but what else is he supposed to put out there? I know he's starting. I don't understand that. I don't understand the Solder. I don't understand Pert has one bad play. We put Solder back in there, and he gives up a sack fumble. Right. I don't understand a lot of stuff.
Well, I'm just saying you have Ellison Smith right now who's back from injury, who's playing. And you have Quincy Roche. Those guys who might be on your team next year, some burn to learn in a game situation. You're not going to learn sitting on the bench. Everybody thinks that, you can through osmosis and no repetitions in the game, you're going to learn something. And we need to find out. We got an Ellison Smith because this draft is huge. We got 10 picks in this draft, right? A lot of people want to, pick back-to-back O-linemen. I think you need a bona fide edge. You haven't picked one since JPP in 20.
Me too. I agree.
Right? And you want to build you forget the defense is not as good as we think, okay? It's good, but they were the 25th ranked defense for a reason.
I agree.
Okay? And there's a lot of things that these quarterbacks that we face good quarterbacks, we stink. Why? Because we don't have any pass rush. So they just eat us up. Yeah. Now we need to start to address the pass rush in order to do well, because once the offensive line comes back, and we do believe that next year it should be better with the acquisitions over the offseason that we're hoping to have, right? That this defense needs to hold up its end of the bargain and close out. I mean, Leonard Williams can't be the only guy out there that the team is scared of.
Right. I agree 100%. But you know what? I wouldn't be mad if in the third or fourth round if we got another defensive lineman.
Yeah, we need a D tackle as well. I mean, the thing is, when you have 5 picks in the first 80 picks, right, and you might get more depending on a trade down if you decide to do that. I don't think you should, but Miz brings up a good point with the rookie wage scale. Maybe that factors in their decision, and they move out of that position. Well, my point is acquire more players because, like you guys said, a lot of them are leaving via trade, free agency, whatever. Build your foundation now with your GM and Joe Judge. If Joe Judge fails, at least you have a foundation of players that when the next guy comes in, they can pick and choose who they want to keep around. Because
good luck, Kush.
And you get to see him. Same with the thing about Daniel Jones. This I will say, bring him back. But I want a guy in here. Doesn't have to be Mariota, but maybe a guy like Fromm or Trubisky to come in here and challenge him. Jimmy G, for all I care, to give him fire under his ass, so that it's like, this job is not guaranteed for me.
Right, because that's what I was thinking too, Adam, is look, okay, if we're not going to be eligible for one of these elite pass rushers up there in the first 5 picks, let's say we're picking 5 and 6. All right, let's say 5, we take Neal's there, or we take a really good stout offensive lineman. All right, even if it's not Linderbaum. All right, but we get an offensive lineman there. And then with the 6th pick, if we trade down with Denver or somebody and go down to 12, all right, that way we get a 2nd this year and a 1st the following year and some more, like a 3rd, maybe a 4th the following year too. We're going to get a lot of draft capital for moving down that far. But we also need an inside linebacker. And there's going to be some really good inside linebackers right there in that draft pick.
And a tight end.
I think a tight end maybe with that.
You're talking about the second first? The second first?
Yeah, the second first. Take pick 6.
So he says he's on break. He doesn't have much time. Yeah, you can bring Ash in for a few minutes.
Anyways, listen, you bring Ash in. I got to go.
Hold on, Adam. I still want to ask you one question.
Yes, sir.
Because it's been on my mind today. Would you give up one of these first 2 picks? Only one, not both, because I know none of us are doing both. Are you doing 1 pick for Russell Wilson and a bag of some other picks, or Jones and like 2 other picks?
All right, I'll drop the link now, fellas.
Yes, I think you do that because it instantly upgrades you. And the thing is, draft capital, you have it to move around, and you're keeping your first round pick to get I wouldn't give up all your draft capital, right? You have that pick. Now you can pick. Let's say you have the Neal pick, right? You give up the Bears pick, and you get Wilson, and then maybe you give him the 2nd round pick and maybe one of those 3rds, and you still have a 3rd and a 4th to kind of fill in the back end of that roster because you have 2 4ths. So to me, that, or
I
if you
wasn't
don't
going to
want
give up the second, Adam. I was going to do the one of the ones, a 3, Daniel Jones, and a 2 next year. That's good.
Oh,
right. If you want to give him that, then yes, I'll dive into next year's draft capital to keep this one. Like I would do the first round pick and maybe a second next year and maybe a third this year. You know?
Yeah. And if
All
they're
right,
interested in a Daniel Jones, that
all right, Adam. Thanks for jumping in.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Yeah. All right, Logan. I don't want it too crowded because it seems like when we get too many people in here, no one can talk. So I'm going to be bringing people in and out just that way everyone can bring their points. So what do you got to say there, my guy?
What up, Logan? Speak or forever hold your peace. No praying and no crying. Let's go.
Right. No cursing.
Man, I would do the Russell Wilson thing, but Joel, I hate to bring it up, but Joel, if the Texans are like, we want a first this year, a second, and a third next year, and Daniel Jones for Deshaun Watson, would you do it?
You got to give up more. They don't want Daniel Jones, bro. They want more ones. You're going to have to throw in more ones.
Right.
For Watson.
I really don't think, because let's look at it this way. Pete Carroll's going to be gone. Okay.
No,
they're
he's
going to have a new
Watson,
coach.
He's talking about Watson.
They're going to have lots of draft picks from the Deshaun Watt. Man, you guys got me going. Russell Wilson trade. They're going to have a lot more picks.
Okay. He's asking about Watson, Joel, not Wilson. He's asking about Watson.
Oh, Deshaun Watson. Well, the Texans, they're going to get a boatload of picks. Okay. They're not going to really want Daniel Jones because if it's a new GM, coach, whatever, we don't know what's going on with Houston. We've said it already because Joe Judge did not draft Daniel Jones. You think another coach is going to want to go in with a quarterback forced upon him? Or would he rather draft his own quarterback?
All right.
So you got to take Jones out of the equation. They might not even want him because he's going to have a big salary cap hit of what? $18-20 million in year 5. Okay. So Barkley, they're not going to want. He's going to have a big, and he's going into a contract year. So what's his trade value? A 4th? Talented running back.
Who's that?
You know, it's going to take, like Miz said, it's going to take a boatload of draft picks.
Oh no, you could get away with one if you're going for Russell Wilson, but if you're going to go for Watson, you're looking at a lot more because
I'll bring young. Nate in. He doesn't talk that much.
He's young, bro. He's 25 years old, right?
Hi, Nate.
What's up, guys?
I like that Russell Wilson deal, though. A 1 this year, Daniel Jones, a 3, and a 2 next year. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
The Seahawks might not want Daniel Jones, new coach.
They might not want Daniel Jones, but you know what? We're giving him, let's say, the 6th pick in the first round. That's not like any first round pick. You want a 6th pick is real high, and if you want to go get a quarterback, you could take one of those in the draft if you have one in mind, which is why they probably would make the trade up. By the way, Russell Wilson can force his way out of there, so they're going to have to trade him. And Seattle has no picks, so I put them in a drop of a desperation spot. They're looking for picks to rebuild the team.
And they don't have anything really to draft outside of Russell Wilson. That's that's perfect. Woo! Wife just showed me a whole tray full of molasses cookies, and they look good too. Whew.
I mean, there are stories that Wilson wants to be in New York. I know there's other things.
That's just it, Taj. Yeah. I mean, you've got a quarterback that's designated with a neck injury right now. You're going to be lucky if you get a 7th round pick for him.
Yeah, you're right.
Although
I don't think his neck is serious, but who am I? I'm nobody.
I'm nobody either, Miz. But, with these trade rumors, we don't want Daniel Jones. Okay, this is what's killing me about this fan base. I got to go off on a little rant here right now. We can't stand Daniel Jones. We want to get rid of Daniel Jones, but we're trying to sell him like he's the hottest freaking commodity since the light bulb before Benjamin Franklin developed electricity. Okay? I don't understand this. You guys hate him, but we'll talk him up to trade him.
Joel,
Can somebody make sense about that?
It's a first, a third, and a second, and you'd be using Daniel Jones as a bridge quarterback. They wouldn't be using him as a franchise QB.
Oh my God.
The only team that would Logan, the only team, in my opinion, who will actually take him was the Saints. That was the only team that
Denver.
actually would
Denver.
actually
If
take him.
Shermer's still there, Denver's the only place.
Denver and the Saints, if Sean Payne's still going to stay there, that's like the perfect place for him.
Metcalf,
That's another thing
I
right
don't
there.
know. I don't know about Metcalf.
That's another thing there that's been thrown out there on the New York radios today, the last week or so. Would you give up one of these top 2 ones to bring in Sean Payton if it was available?
No. New York Giants 577. How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Hey, how's it going, there, guys?
Are you getting a real deal head coach who's a program builder? There aren't many of those. Something to think about, man. I think Judge is coming back, obviously, but I'm just throwing out there some idea.
I'll bring Shermer back.
Can I say something about that?
The hub in the hub in the house.
I saw it, Hub, man. Good luck on your studies, man. You do what you got to do for that schoolwork. That's more important than YouTube right now. Right. Good luck.
Can I say something about that Russell Wilson thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
As much as I like Russell Wilson, honestly, I don't even think he would come here. No matter that, his wife wants to be in New York. Mm-hmm. We don't have the cap space to pay him.
Yep.
1. 2, he's going to be leaving the same situation he's already in now with a bad O-line, based off of the fact of what we would have to give up to get him. Now, I get what everybody's saying, a first, plus whatever other picks you can package up. I'm a firm believer that in this sense right now we have a golden opportunity to fix this team once and for all with a new GM coming in. Whether or not he keeps Jones around is one thing. I mean, I'm sorry, not Jones. If he keeps Judge around is one thing, but even if he does, we have a golden opportunity to fix this team the way we should have been fixing it 4 or 5 years ago when Gettleman first came in.
Right.
New York Giants 577 is talking. Hub.
I'm not against anybody who would want Russell Wilson. By all means, he's a good quarterback. If we're able to get him, fine, bring him in. But I just don't see giving up valuable draft picks that we have this year based off of everything that we've gone through and done. Bad drafts, misevaluating players, draft picks. We have a golden opportunity to fix this and move forward 100%. I'm sorry. I'm just if they're willing to take something less, by all means. But you know what? Those two first round picks look real good to fix this O-line. Get a good defensive end in here. Fix this team. You have the opportunity to do it. Regardless of the fact of whoever is out there, fix this team.
Fix this team. He's right.
Chris, I'm going to say no to getting a second-round quarterback because I would rather fix the team and then look for a quarterback next year when we have a better idea where this team is headed. We don't know. We have no identity. We have no direction. There's just too much wrong with this right now to even be thinking about another quarterback. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
It sucks how we want to give up on Daniel Jones so quick, Saquon so quick. You know what? I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm in the camp of this. Give these kids an O-line and let's see what they can do. Evaluate them based off of that because you haven't been able to truly evaluate these 2 draft picks based off of anything else. You can't do it. We haven't been able to do it. And we've done them a huge disservice as far as their careers is concerned because we have not addressed this. That O-line needs to be fixed so you can get a better read on Daniel Jones. Maybe he might get better. Who knows? Maybe Saquon can get back to his form in his rookie season. Who knows?
I think he can.
But I don't feel that anybody should sit here and say, well, you know what, get rid of Daniel Jones, get rid of Barkley, because
Look at what the initial problem is. Yeah, there's other problems that's around the whole situation.
Thank you, his squad.
Give me a
But
broken one.
fix that one glaring need that has been literally in the face of all the fans for the better part of a decade. Fix it.
Right. 100%. This man's 100% on. No matter how many sexy
No.
toys, quarterbacks you want, we have not put a line together, and we have not allowed Barkley and Jones to have a chance to be winners. That is a fact.
What's
I'll
up,
bring you
fellas?
on in a minute there, BL. What's good there, Lou?
What's up, Lou?
How's it going, Lou?
Sick as shit. Oh, this shit sucks, bro. Oh,
Come on, you'll make it through, man. You'll push through.
yeah, I'm fine, but the whole family's sick, so I'm on my way
Yeah.
to Walmart to go get damn chicken broth and every damn thing else. We all sick. Me, my wife, and the 2 kids.
Feel better.
Damn.
Everybody should feel better.
I
While
know.
you're at that supermarket, check in the third aisle if there's a guard or an offensive lineman on the shelf somewhere.
If he is, I'm gonna sneeze his ass so he can drop to us in the draft.
Go ahead, Lou. What you want to talk about?
Nah, I just was agreeing with when you guys were first on, just you two. I was agreeing with everything you guys were saying because people just want to throw Joe Judge in the garbage like he had full control of this team, when in actuality we hired him and tied his hands.
Right.
You know, he wanted to get rid of Garrett. He wanted to get rid of the offensive line coach. Of course, he wanted a weapon. Cause I saw somebody in the chat was like, "Yeah, he wanted a weapon. He didn't address the O-line." Well, he didn't have free reign to do the whole draft. He said, "Look, we need a weapon." Dave Gettleman knew that we needed an O-line the day he got hired because that's the first thing he said in the press conference. And he has failed at building an O-line. So you cannot put that on Joe Judge. And yes, he's made some mistakes with the timeouts and things of that nature. He's a rookie head coach. There's a learning curve. Just like we draft these players from college, they have a learning curve. They're rookies. He's a rookie head coach. I've never seen a rookie head coach come in to win the Super Bowl in his first 2 seasons. Most of them get fired, go back to coordinator, and come back in a few years and learn from their mistakes. Well, Mara doesn't want to pass up on this guy and giving him somewhere else to learn from his mistakes somewhere else. He wants to give him a chance to build here. And this is what we've been saying all year for the past 2 seasons. We set Daniel Jones up for failure. We set Saquon Barkley up for failure because we didn't put a line in front of them. Eli's last 5 seasons, we set him up for failure because we didn't put a line in front of him. So now you want to set Joe Judge up to fail too. Force him to keep Garrett, right? Force him to keep bad coaching, bad players, right? Not have a say in the draft. And now it's all his fault. I mean, we got to stop this shit at one point. You can't build a good team if you keep firing everybody before you give them time to see what the fuck they can do.
Great point, Lou. Great point.
All right.
Here's what I have to say to that.
Let Ash talk. He's on break. So go ahead, Ash.
I just got on, so I got time. Literally.
What's up, Ash?
What's going on, bro? Literally, when we were earlier in the season, and when people were talking about firing Gettleman, right? And people would mention who are on the side of firing Gettleman. We would say that Gettleman didn't have control of the draft, and John Mara let Joe Judge run this draft.
I never said that.
Right. Well, I'm not saying. I'm just saying some
right
most
fans.
People. Yeah.
Fans.
So now I see people, and again, I'm not saying you guys. I'm just saying I see people that saying that, oh, Joe Judge was forced to pick a receiver and he was forced to go the whole draft without taking an offensive lineman.
Well, no, I'm sure he picked the receiver because he wanted some damn weapons.
Yeah,
I'm sure he picked the receiver because we wanted some weapons.
Yeah.
Because look at what we had out there. Darius Slayton dropped everything thrown to him. Evan Ingram dropped everything thrown to him. Sterling Shepard can't play a full season. So fuck yeah, he wanted a wide receiver.
But my thing is that
he wanted Devontae Smith.
My thing is that if I am supposed to put my faith in you, and you were the one that knew that this offensive line was straight doo-doo, in the offseason, and you went a whole draft without taking a single offensive lineman, why should I put my faith in you as a head coach in the NFL? And I shout out to Authentic. He had me on Giant Overreaction yesterday, and
Yep.
kind of put me on the spot with some of these questions. And I said, I'm going to repeat what I said on his live show. I'm going to say it here. There are decisions that I've seen him make in this season that don't require to have good talent. Like I said, why are you releasing players, and why are you cutting players just because they don't fit your scheme and you don't play them to your strengths? Why are you leaving Nate Solder on the field till week 14? And Pat was the one who been found of saying this and saying that if Matt Pert is really worse than Nate Solder, then that's another problem. That's another reason why I can't put my faith in him. And then I know we've been a mess. The receivers were hurt in the draft on the preseason, and we had to make moves to get offensive linemen. But how much better would we have? A lot of people want to complain about Danny Shelton. How much better would we be if we had DJ Hill in this rotation? Or how much easier would that decision make it for Judge? And so you can have somebody to sit Danny Shelton and put in DJ Hill, right?
Yeah,
Ash.
We lost our center, our guard, all in a week, and we didn't have no depth. So we needed a center. Of course, I didn't want to give up BJ Hill for Billy Price. I agree with you 100%. That was a shitty trade. But again, Judge is not the GM. Gettleman is. And as far as Nate Solder being in there, Nate Solder was brought here with Pat Shermer. So that was before Judge. That predates Judge.
My thing in this, I'm sorry, Joe, for cutting you off. My thing with this is that you have guys on, like, the season's done. The season's done. We all know the season's done. He knows the season's done. Make some moves. You have guys on the practice squad who are hungry to get some playing time. See what you have. Right?
Yeah, I agree. We do need to see what we have in these guys. I agree.
Oh, listen.
But this ain't the game for that. This Cowboy team is not the team to put those kids up against.
Parsons will put out half of them damn free agents will be hurt for the rest of the year.
Well, here's the thing. You guys ever hear a saying called "you get enough rope to hang yourself"?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. What if that's what we're seeing the results of right now? Is that last year Judge did what he could do? Okay, under the conditions that he was put under, and he's like, okay. What if Garrett wanted Galladay in the worst friggin' way? Okay, what if that was Garrett's decision going to Mara? Tony probably was Joe Judge's guy, trading down to get future draft picks in a class that's going to be heavy offensive line, heavy edge rusher. See in the future.
No, I agree.
Giving himself enough rope to hang themselves because Matt Pert was a scouting pick. The scouts wanted Pert. Colombo wanted Pert. All right, I'll give you rope to hang yourself. Well, he didn't pan out. Now, all of a sudden, Garrett got the rope to hang himself. He's gone down the road. Okay? What if some of these other guys are going to be, Mara, look, these guys aren't doing what I want them to do. They've shown it this year. I need to get my guys in here. Maybe that's why Mara says he sees Belichick and Parcells in Judge. Because Judge is going, here you go. Here's your results, Mara. Now I need control so I can show you my results. Hence why Judge is getting a third, maybe if we do good next year, a fourth year. Maybe this guy turns the whole freaking team around next year.
That would be amazing.
Maybe we see better play. I got Jose's comment up here. What do I want to see an improvement from DJ? I want to see more points on the board. I want to see our wide receivers have more than 0, 1, 2 touchdowns. I want to see an offensive line that can actually protect DJ so that we can see what he really is as a quarterback. I want to see better execution. You know, I don't want to see false start penalties. I want this group to tighten up as a team, become more efficient in the red zone. These are the things I want to see. This is the development I want to see. Right now, we see that Judge has not lost these players, especially the players that Joe Judge has drafted. So that's why I say this year is really important for Judge for me. I want to see who he's going to get rid of. I want to see who he's going to fire. That's going to tell me a lot right there. Who's going to be gone this year? Who the GM is coming in. That's going to say a lot. And then what changes on the coaching staff?
This is going to show us exactly how much control he had or did not have of this team.
Exactly, Lou. And then we're going to know just what the hell's going on with this football team. Because if it is Judge, we're going to know.
Yep.
If Judge was hindered in any way, shape, or form, we're going to know. We're going to see it.
Well, I think that's one of the issues right there.
I don't know, Mikey. I don't know you. But if you haven't been following me for the last 2 years, I've been jumping on Parsons' shoulders long before last year's draft. Everyone knows how angry and disrupt I was that we didn't draft him. And
I wanted
too much on giving that Gettleman was going to wake up and draft this kid. Gettleman was going to draft him, and he was told to back off and let Judge go get his receiver. Bottom line.
Wow.
Now, I have a question. Real quick.
Well, it's in the past. Yeah, go ahead, Ash.
If Merritt is this guy that we say he is, and he's been putting his hand too much in the pot, and he has been, not a great and really not an average owner. I mean, I've said it countless times. He makes James Dolan right now look like a competent owner.
I mean, but Ash, he won 2 Super Bowls. You forget that, huh?
Okay, well, I'm saying, why should I trust the words that comes out of his mouth? Why should I?
I mean, he won 2 Super Bowls. That's why.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Is he the main reason why this organization has been down the drain for the last couple of years?
Well, a lot of us blame him, including me. I've taken my shots at him, but we don't know really. Maybe it's his son. Maybe it's partially Gettleman. Maybe the group as a team doesn't work. Like I'm talking about the upper management. Maybe,
I just want
at the end of the day, he's not going anywhere, Ash.
I know, but I'm just saying, I want everybody to think of that question. Because if he is the main reason, and a lot of people, when we say Judge, Garrett was the main reason why, Mayor was the main reason why Garrett was on this team for more than a year. Mayor was the reason why we didn't take an old lineman in the first round. Mayor was this, Mayor was that, the reason this. Why should we trust?
Gettleman is the reason that we didn't get a lineman in the first round. Because he wanted to stick with his previous draft and think that they was going to develop, which is why he kept saying, you won't know about the draft picks until 3 years. You won't know about the draft picks until 3 years. Well, it's been 3 years on your linemen, and they all fucking suck.
Exactly. But my thing is what Joe just said is that, or what Miz and Joe just said is that Gettleman was going to pick Parsons. But,
we're all speculating. We're all speculating. Yeah. We weren't there in the draft. We didn't see what they had on the board. We're all speculating. At this point, we're all just throwing ideas out. Listen. And then when the changes are made, we'll see who was closer to being right and who was totally off.
We've been in this pattern of firing a coach and then keeping a general manager and vice versa. Since Tom Coughlin was fired and we kept Jerry Reese. It just has been.
And it should have been the other way around.
I felt like they both should have been.
No, Reese should have been out of here, and Coughlin should still be here.
Yeah. This all started the day Mara pushed Coughlin out the door.
Because Jerry Reese ain't really do shit but piggyback off of Ernie Accorsi's picks.
And Ernie Accorsi was the last GM in this Giants family that actually had pull and say and could do what he wanted to do.
So who would
Ernie
you guys?
Accorsi's the last guy.
So right. We thought that Gettleman would be a good pick because he learned under Accorsi, but
right,
he's not Accorsi.
Well,
So
if you look at Gettleman's draft with Carolina, my God, I mean, he had his quarterback already there. He had Cam Newton. Didn't he pick that linebacker?
yeah,
Yeah,
Kuechly.
Kuechly.
Yeah,
Kuechly,
Luke
yeah.
Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Didn't
he
he
did
draft?
Didn't he
So
draft,
you're
uh,
telling me a guy that picked Kuechly would not have drafted Parsons in this last draft?
Yeah, he would have.
Come exactly. That
Yeah.
was
Because if you'd
his
have paired
guy.
if you'd have paired a Parsons with Blake Martinez, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you look at some of the other C-Mac, Barkley, okay, he likes drafting those really, really talented running backs. And C-Mac's been hurt, just like Barkley has.
So who would you guys say is to blame for, just the bad picks, especially in last year's
Gettleman,
draft?
I picked Shermer,
Mara's input.
Betcher, McAdoo.
Could be
Hey,
Mara's son involved too. Mara's son.
Yep.
Because
I
Monty
think it's
Gettleman.
Mara because we
Me
heard
too.
All right.
reports
Leave
that
Gettleman
McAdoo.
out.
Sorry for keeping you back there, BL.
I think
I mean,
Gettleman
my-
made some. I think Gettleman has made some good picks. Of course, some of them haven't worked. He also had a salary
Yeah.
cap hell to climb out of when he took over Reese's mess.
Ah,
So there was
I mean,
a lot of
McAdoo-
things.
McAdoo for me, he had
My
the
shit
right
out in public.
direction, but he was just a bonehead. He was just a bonehead, but he had the right
And
direction.
I'm still wearing New York gear in public.
that might be Hit Squad. It might be. John Mara might have, because John Mara come out at the end of last year, at the end of the last game. We need to get weapons on this team, and that's what we got. It is a mix.
If we talk about that, you're going to be sick to your stomach. So it's time to move on from that. Yes,
Right, it is.
Micah Parsons should be a New York Giant, and he should go down in history as a Giant. Another great, but it didn't happen. It's over. We got to look forward to this draft. Go get a defensive end.
And that's just it, Miz. That's why I'm looking forward to this year. I want to see changes. I want to see, personnel, staff, the scouting department. I want to see changes in. I want to know who the GM is coming in. I want to see that. That's right there is steps to improvement. If you're replacing, I mean, my God, let's even look at the training staff. All right, the doctors and the healthcare and all of those guys. I want to see different. I want to see different people involved, because we're always friggin' hurt. We've led the league in injuries the last 3 years. Something ain't right, and it's more than just the turf.
And
Who drafted Peppers? Who drafted Peppers for Carolina? Right, he was
Peppers. No, Peppers was Cleveland.
Oh, no, not our Peppers. I'm talking about the defensive end for Carolina for all those years. I don't know if that was Gettleman or not. I'm not saying it is. I'm just asking.
No, he was before Gettleman.
Gettleman could definitely build a defense, but
Julius Peppers was North Carolina.
Well, you saw the defense he built, because, I mean, look at Betcher destroyed our defense. And then Gettleman actually was looking at guys and drafting guys and getting people in there. And it wasn't one corner to try to piece it. It was two or three.
Pull up Buko's comment. He's right about that. He did not draft Luke Kuechly.
No, he didn't? That's why I asked.
Yeah, Gettleman can build a defense. Nobody's denying that, but he can't. He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't give a damn about the offense. I mean, even in Carolina, you look at that Super Bowl team. If it wasn't for Cam Newton being, the playmaker and the MVP, I mean, he let him go too.
Let him go because he didn't want to pay him $100 million. He thought he was towards the end.
Thank you, Lord.
I can't blame him.
Steve Smith was on the Panthers way before Gettleman was the general manager.
I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm asking.
Like, look at that Super Bowl. Look at that Panthers Super Bowl team that went to the Super Bowl. Cam Newton had nothing on that squad except for Greg Olsen. If it wasn't for Cam Newton being an MVP and being the playmaker quarterback that he was, the Panthers didn't have an offense at all. That offense ran through Cam.
Exactly, Taj.
So I've never trusted Gettleman to build an offense. I mean, he didn't give Daniel Jones a receiver until he had to.
All right. He drafted Solomon Thomas, Christian McCaffrey, Leonard Fournette, O.J. Howard. That's some
Solomon
of the
Thomas was on
players.
the 49ers.
And Leonard Fournette was on the Jaguars.
And Buko sent me this, so I'll give the credit to Buko. He's got all, not all, but a lot of Gettleman's picks here. Oh, here we go.
Leonard-
2013 defensive
John
tackle
Beeson.
Star Laleli, defensive tackle Quan Short, AJ Klein, Kenjon Barner, Calvin Benjamin, Trey Turner, Trey Boston, Tyler Gaffney, linebacker Shaq Thompson, Devin Funches, right? Darrell Williams, David Mayo,
Some good players there, man.
Vernon Butler, James Bradbury,
Devin Funches was in.
Trash.
Darrell
Devin
Good
Williams,
Funches
players
wasn't
in
that
there.
Sanchez, Buell Sandler.
Devin Funches was taken in like what, the 6th round?
I mean, listen, you can't have a star in every round, right? So
Right.
read down. I did read down Boko. I think that's about it. Then the rest were the Giants. So you know, listen, man, it's easy to keep punching Gettleman. It's all his fault. But you also got to coach and produce players, man. And we're not doing that anymore.
This whole
man.
team, it's everybody's fault. You can't put it on one person.
Yeah,
This
I
whole
admit
team
it's time to move
sucks.
on from Gettleman. It's time to get a younger GM, somebody. But are they going to do that? I don't think so. I think they're going to go right down the list to the guy Ibrahim next. And I really don't want the guy, but that's what's going to happen.
Who, Kevin
If you
Abrams?
told me, if you told me Judge has already been told under the table that not to worry, he's coming back, that means that they're going to have a guy that's connected with him. So it's either
Right.
that guy or the guy up in New England that they keep talking about, Ziegler. One of those guys is our next GM.
Oh, Ziegler.
Yep. He's got 20 years with the Patriots. So
Yeah.
Mara ain't going out the box, man. He ain't going to hire some brand new, young, different direction. He ain't doing it. Because it's not his way and the Giants' way. They don't believe in that.
I don't
he's not
think-
gonna-
I don't think Graham's
Well, they
ready
need
to
to change
become
their
a head
ways.
coach. I don't think there's going to be a position out there that he's going to want to take.
Well, I will say
They
this
need to.
about the guy. He doesn't.
Lou, you're breaking up.
Yeah, he's in the supermarket. Goddamn Walmart.
Ma-
Your phone never works.
I think Mara needs to evolve. I think he needs to get with the times.
He
Start
do.
to
I
realize
agree
that
with you.
These, the 80s and the 90s is over. When your dad was coaching, was the owner, he did things his way, whether they worked or they didn't work. But times have changed.
His
This
dad
is a
didn't
different
even know
NFL.
football.
Well, we need another
Exactly.
Ernie
He
Accorsi,
brought in
somebody with
football
power.
He brought in football people.
I just got a feeling, and it's not going to happen, but I got a feeling that Reddick would be amazing for this organization.
Ooh,
I don't know,
Ooh,
man.
Joe. A different direction, a
I don't know.
young, wise, smart, classy guy. He's got a lot of hands on with the
He
young
doesn't.
talent that come in college.
He trades back. I said he likes to trade back a lot, but he doesn't miss on his picks.
Who's that?
Apparently, the scrolling wheel doesn't miss a lot of his picks.
I agree about Slayton because Carl Banks did say that. I heard Carl Banks say that. And the problem is that we stop developing players, and that's why players go backwards. Like Slayton's not a bum, man, like everybody says. Something's gone wrong there.
Our wide receivers coach is not a good wide receiver coach, but
Slayton's a bum.
there again.
another
Man, he's
problem
not a
is
bum.
You can't teach catching.
Bums don't do what he did, man, in the
You
first year.
can't
Bums
teach
don't do that.
catching.
but you can
That was
practice
Pat
it.
Shermer. Look at a lot of system receivers.
Another thing is our receivers don't have a lot of awareness. Just like how our quarterbacks don't have pocket awareness, our receivers don't have awareness.
So you're trying to tell me that coaching our new coaching staff just came in and just told Darius Slayton to forget how to catch.
No,
Like
that's not
that
what I'm
doesn't happen.
saying. I'm not even talking about catching, bro.
I'm not
about
I'm
receiver
not
learning.
talking to you. I'm just saying it, like I'm just saying to the Darius Slayton thing. I'm
Listen,
saying that
Joel, I gotta make that run like I told you. I gotta go drive this person, and
Okay.
I don't think you'll be on in an hour or so. But it was
I
fun
might
doing this
be.
with you, and we'll do it again. All right? Yeah, I'll check in. I'll have my phone.
All right. Later,
Take
Miz.
over. Take over. Keep it going, man.
I'm going to
Don't
try.
worry. Listen, 2025 Super Bowl. Believe it.
Yeah. That would be sweet. 2025 Super Bowl. That would be sweet.
Damn, Ash, you look better when you have the more hair, man. Now I can see your face. It's scary.
Yeah, that is. No more Eric Flowers. Chris
Yeah,
Rock.
I'll
Woo-hoo.
be listening to you guys.
All right, Joel, I'm gonna hop off as well, but thanks for having me
Oh,
on.
man.
Let me
Thanks for
be able to
coming
say
on.
my
I
piece.
appreciate it.
Oh no, there's no problem, man. Y'all guys, y'all take it easy and y'all have a good night, all right?
All right. You too. I'm bringing up the coaching staff right now, and Tyke Tolbert is the wide receivers coach.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't he the same coach that coach Odell? And we had that receiving squad, or am I mistaken? Or
No,
is it
he
somebody
retired,
else?
I think, 2 years ago.
No,
You
it's
want
with Aaron
Joe, your Wi-Fi's cutting out, man.
Lagged. I lagged out. I'm sorry. He's been a coach with Arizona, Buffalo, Carolina, and Denver.
Okay, that's somebody else then.
Another reason I was going to say,
It's
why
18.
No, I'm sorry, Joe. You can go.
It's just he's been here 18 years. I don't know. This is the offense. I don't know who is a Judge guy, and I really don't know who is a Garrett guy. But
yeah, I was gonna say maybe one reason why our DBs can't catch shit is that goddamn oven mitts and tennis balls tapped to their hands in practice.
they've been catching more interceptions lately.
Barely.
How many turnovers this defense got?
They're ranked 25th in the league. I don't want to hear how many turnovers they had.
Oh,
They've given up
okay,
59 points.
Because that doesn't go with your line of thinking. Okay, I got
No,
it.
my line of thinking is being outscored 59-0 in the last 2 minutes of the first half is not good.
Exactly, it doesn't fit your platform, so it doesn't work. I get it. I get it. It's okay. Defense. I'm not seeing. I don't know who's a Garrett guy and who's a Judge guy. I really don't. But what coaches is he going to get rid of? What coaches is he allowed? I mean, Garrett's just going to be the start of this, because I really feel that there's going to be a turnover, not only on players, but also on the coaching staff. Because we see it as fans. We watch it every week. We see the games. Oh, Dave Ziegler?
Maybe.
Yeah, we know Graham is a Judge guy, but who does he really want? Does he want Kitchens as his OC?
No.
I mean, Kitchens can only do so much with what's available to him right now. Off season, it's going to be a different. Yeah, King Tone. This is what I'm looking forward to. What's he going to reevaluate? What's he going to replace? What's he going to bring in? What's he looking at to do right now for the future? If we're looking at the future right now and we got picks 5 and 6, is trading down a smart move? Yeah, it is. Because 2 first-round picks aren't going to cure this team. Not with all the question marks that we have right now. We're going to have younger players again. We're going to be bumping our head up against the cap this year. Next year will be a lot better. That's what I'm thinking, Callaway. He might be. But are we gonna look at a new wide receivers coach? Are we gonna look at a new offensive line coach? Because I'm sorry, if we're complaining about the O-line as bad as we are right now, are those coaches doing their jobs? I don't think so. Because there's no reason you've gone 8 weeks this pathetic. It's not improving at all. It's going backwards. Even though they might not be the best players in the world, you're telling me these guys are winding up on their ass in practice? I don't think so. Rob Sale stays? I do. That's what I just said, though. Does he?
If you actually look at some of these offensive lines and stuff, if you look at some of these offensive line, like how they look in the film, you can tell that these dudes are not they're not coached well. They're missing breaks. I mean, they're missing blocks. They don't know when to pick up blocks. That's. I know, the offensive line is horrible. That goes more than their actual talent. That is coaching right there. So I don't really like Rob Sale. I don't. Mm-hmm.
I'm not liking what he's putting on the field either. I'm not liking anything that I'm seeing out of this offensive coordinators. We should be seeing improvement somewhere. You would think that after 4 years that this coaching staff would teach Hernandez how to pick up a stunt. Right?
And why does you say your dog?
Yeah.
Why hasn't Joe Judge, do what he did last year when he spent time with the offensive line? That's what I was wondering. Last year he actually took time out of practice and spent time with the offensive line, and the offensive line performed better.
Yes.
So, that's one thing I've wondered a lot.
Well, I wonder if he's, I'm just thinking, Nash, to answer that question, maybe he's tired of having to step in and he's like, okay, I'm going to let this guy do it. Okay. And I'm going to prove to him that he can't do it. And then I'm going to replace him.
Yeah.
That rope to hang yourself theory again. All right. I got no other explanation, man. I really don't. I don't. All right, BL. It's just a throw together stream here. And hey, Taj, welcome.
Hey.
What do you think?
Oh, me?
Taj.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
before, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Before Taj goes, I got to clock back into work. So,
okay.
Thank you for letting me come on.
No problem.
Break. Everybody in the chat and everybody on the stream, I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna still be listening, Joe.
Okay, appreciate it.
Hey, salute to you, Ash.
So, what do you think, Taj?
What do I think about this team?
There should be another one in the can.
The Giants. I think this team.
Yeah, be safe, Ash.
I think this team is
the directions
doing
a little oil and
I think this team is doing the right thing to actually keep Judge for another year. Because we already know this dude just came in with his hands being tied in the first place. I'm coming into this team with players that he has no ties with at all, playing and working.
Right.
And maybe he's just playing guys that wasn't under his philosophy to maybe expose who they are, and then you get them up out of there. Like guys like Carter and Ximenez, Hernandez, Solder. I mean, well, even though that Billy Price just came in, like he's still bad,
Right.
and then those other two guards that we just got, they're still bad too, so they gonna be gone.
Well, you figure it this way: on the offense, Ingram's going to be gone. I don't know about
gone.
Rudolph. Rudolph might
Shepard's
be a Joe
gonna be
Judge
gone.
guy. Shepard, we got under contract. I don't know about that. They might restructure it and give him less money.
Yeah.
Because look, I mean, we have a lot of needs, and we're going to have a lot of turnover. So you figure Ingram. I don't know about Rudolph, because I think Rudolph is a Joe Judge guy, and you know, lately Rudolph has been good at catching the ball. He's not getting many targets, but he catches the ball.
And even Kyle Rudolph, when he first came into the Giants, he first brought into the Joe Judge culture.
Right.
Like the first thing that he talked about was Joe Judge's culture.
So you figure Ingram's gone, Sakura, Price, Hernandez, Solder,
Bredesen.
I think we get Booker again next year, because I think that was a 2-year, $5 million deal.
Yeah, Booker, yeah.
So he'll be back.
Booker, Rudolph.
But are they going to trade Darius Slayton? Could they trade Shepard? Yeah. You know, and then on the defense,
yeah, they could trade Shepard. They could, they could. Slayton, he was a 5th round pick, so like they might either bring him in back for cheap or just trade him for like a 5th round pick.
Listen, I mean, if you really think about it, McKinney, Roche, Ojulari, maybe Blake Martinez, maybe. I'm not. Adoree Jackson and Thomas are the only safe ones. There's only maybe 10 players that are safe on this roster next year.
Kenny Galladay. Yeah, Kenny Galladay safe because you just bought him.
Might trade his ass too.
Galladay?
They might trade him. I'm not counting anything out right now. I think we're going to get Peppers back Miz on a 1-year deal. I really do. I think he's going to do a 1-year prove-it deal for like $3-4 million. I think that's going to be.
Likes Jabril Peppers too.
Yeah, I think Peppers is going to be back on a 1-year. He's going to have to. I don't think a lot of teams are going to give him a big contract. They're all going to give him a 1-year prove-it deal.
And Evan Negler's probably going to be looking for a bag. You know what I mean? Since he says he was a Pro Bowl, so he's going to be looking for a bag. So.
I got a new sub. Beautiful. Did I hit 130? Is that what you're telling me? Did I hit 130? I hit 130. Woohoo, look at me go. Thank you. Whoever is 130. Thank you. I appreciate that. But
I would keep Peppers for sure.
Like I said, I'm excited. I see potential like Miz did. You know, that's why we started off the stream the way we did.
On Judge. I really do see potential on Judge.
I do too. I like what Judge is trying to do, and I can kind of see it. You know, last year's draft was not going to make this team a 500 ball club. He knew that. He knew what he was going up against, you know, and I get it. We're passionate Giants fans. We're tired of losing, but you know, he can only do so much with what he has.
We're tired of losing, but y'all gotta at least be patient.
Let's look at it this way. If you guys want to see, did we improve? Yeah, we did improve, because under Jim Bettcher, that defense was hot trash, right? I think we could all agree that Shermer and Bettcher destroyed this defense with the talent that they put on it the years they were here.
And it literally took them like a whole year, probably like a whole year and a half to rebuild this defense.
Well, look what they've done in 2 years. Last year, we went out the end of the season. We had a top 10 defense. This year, the defense is starting to come back around. So you know what? Patrick Graham is learning from that. He
Oh
learned
yeah, for sure.
what, no, it took 6 games. We're upset with the progress that we saw, but we're not seeing the defense go out there and lay eggs like they were. Even though we're giving up 20 points a game, but we're getting turnovers, we're
Yeah,
seeing better production. Our defense is getting worn out, but yet they're still out there
yeah.
trying to
Like
make
our
plays.
offense, when our offense is trash, the defense will eventually
Go
bend the
ahead.
knee.
My wife's got to make popcorn, so you might hear something in the background. If you do, let me know.
Uh,
You might hear pop, 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 but it's a old flat style. So that'll only last for a couple minutes.
yeah. Like once our offense is trash, the defense will eventually bend the knee.
And that's just that. Okay, in 2 years we turned
There's
the
only so
defense
much
around.
that they could do.
Exactly. 2 years they turned the defense around. Do you guys have more confidence if we get an edge rusher and an inside linebacker in the draft on this defense next year? Do you guys have more
Yeah,
confidence in that defense?
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's going to get a lot better, right? That's
hmm
not a bad turnaround.
Yeah, we
It's
just
not
need to
really.
fix
We're
this
Giants
offensive
fans,
line.
man. We're
We
used
just
to
need
a
to
dominant
fuel up this
defense.
offensive line.
At least we got a damn good defense, guys. I know it ain't much. I know that I'm sitting here,
Yeah,
trying to just tug at any
without
positive right now.
yeah, and this is a defense without a dominant edge rusher.
And
You know what I mean? And we're still like pretty good.
King Tone, he says it great right here. We have to realize this is a young team. I don't expect us to make the playoffs. I think next year we miss it. If what I'm thinking comes true, we might miss it by 2 games, but be prepared for improvement. And I agree with that, especially if we're starting 4 new offensive linemen together. So 5 really. We're going to have 5 brand new offensive linemen that have never played it down together. So we've got to let them gel. Again, let's look at Jim Harbaugh. How many years did it take for him to build his program to beat Ohio State? What is Michigan's goal every year? To beat Ohio State. And that's how long it took. Now they could they have fired Joe Judge after season 3 and 4? Yeah, but they stuck with him, let him build his program, let him get his guys coming in. We don't
Yeah,
have that with Judge.
and bro,
I get
and
the
you,
frustration
hey,
that we're seeing piss poor play.
yeah, and you even see guys like Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean like guys that Joe Judge didn't handpick in the draft. You know what I mean? Like you even see guys like that following and doing things what Joe Judge preaches every day. So that's you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like Joe Judge can keep guys like that on the team when those guys are just like following what he
Right.
preaches every day.
And then the Mara here, he says, guys, do you think John Mara will bring in per Vernon Riddick? He remains highly regarded by
Daniel
John Mara and
Jones,
the Giants. Okay, we're complaining about Kevin Abrams being a Giants guy, being a yes man, letting Mara tell him what to do. It seems to me that it doesn't matter where the Giants are playing, but Riddick's there kissing boots. Okay. Do you think Mara's not going to be able to influence Riddick also? Or do you think that Riddick's going to really say, back off, I need to do my job? Because the last guy that could do that was Ernie Accorsi, and we saw what he built. Jerry Reese was just riding those coat strings, and he'd hit a couple of picks, and then it got worse, and it got worse, and it got worse, and it got worse. And here we sit today. And now it's Gettleman in there that, just didn't have control. And it got worse, and it got worse. So maybe when Judge came in and accepted the job, he says, okay, we'll try things like this. But when I say we end it, we got to do it my way. We end it, and we got to do it my way. We got to do it the right way. And when Mara or Judge came out and said, the only reason I took this job is because they agreed to do things the right way. And the right way is you give people rope to hang themselves so that you can prove to your boss or ownership in this case, this is not the right guy. This is not the right guys. This is not what we need going forward. So here again, this is why I'm looking towards next year with the improvement. with it. You know, even King Tone right here, he said, yep, Lewis is a Riddick man, a yes man also. So if you really want change, if you really want somebody that's going to step in there, you've got to have one of these old school GMs that's not around anymore. Somebody's got to come into that office and say, I want to do my job. I don't want any interference. This is what you're paying me for. And if I feel somebody doesn't fit in this organization, I want to be able to get rid of them. I want to replace them with who I feel is going to do the right job, the correct
what
job.
up, Logan's dad?
Whether that's scouting,
Corey.
whether that's Corey, what's good? You want to jump on in? Jump on in. You know,
That's Logan's pops.
okay, and then Hit Squad up here. He says, Rappaport just said Giants will be taking their time with Judge and letting him complete his rebuild personnel-wise. And you know what? He's already got the culture, though, Hit Squad. He's got the culture right now installed into that program. He really does, I believe, because these guys aren't quitting on it.
Yeah.
So that's step one. But you're
Yeah,
right.
after-
This is a big rebuild, and there is personnel that he needs in here to get things going the right way.
Yeah, but after sitting through Shermer and McAdoo, at least these guys do not quit on Judge. I mean, because at least Joe Judge can be a
Now, that's a
competent
homemade
leader
cookie.
of men. Because at least those guys can be because at least Judge can be at least a competent leader of men than
You got a minute.
McAdoo and Shermer.
Right. So, you know, right now it's all about growth and development. That's what we need to see. We need to see progress, but we have to look at progress as not as stats, not as wins and losses, but as performance on the field, performance on the practice field, what goes on in the locker room. We need reports like that these guys are continually to build, to practice, and showing that during game day. I mean, it's easier to take a loss when your team's putting up 35, 40 points. But it's harder to take a loss when you get, you know, I would rather lose 36 to 34 rather than lose 20-0, 28-7. You know, stay in the game. Is that progress?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, and another thing.
Go ahead, Tosh.
Yeah, and another thing that even when his teams get blown out, they still fight. They still fight and just like play. They just like still play the game like when it's not over yet until the clock goes to zeros, which is another thing Joe just preaches is to play for 60 minutes, the whole game. That's another thing he preaches.
All right, what do you think, Logan? You've been pretty quiet over there.
I'm just chilling, man. I agree. If we see us put up points and we continue to fight next year, if the pass blocking looks better, the run blocking looks a little bit better, if things go better in the locker room, that's improvement because we're a I think we're the number 2 youngest team in the league. So if we see good improvement and that'll eventually become wins. So if we could see that next year, I'd be fine.
I make those. I make all my own cookies. These are all homemade. I made them. The wife baked them. She's got a Christmas party, so I had to make like 4 different batches of cookies. Right now, she's making homemade caramel corn. Yo, Jay, what's good? The champ is here. So, you know, I mean, what else can we do really? Realistically, what else is out there? What's available to this team to really turn things around? There's not much. And you know what? At least we're not going out there and giving guys 5-year contracts for $70 million and then we're stuck with them and we can't get rid of them because the cap hits are so big. I mean, if you look at our quarterback, is Daniel Jones the future? Nobody has an idea, but you know what? After next year, we can easily get out of it. Easily. You know, we don't have to
You
give him his
easily
fifth
get
year
out of that
option this May.
conversation if you let him build the if you let Judge
Exactly.
build the team what he wants. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And even though that Joe Judge didn't handpick Daniel Jones, like you never know that he might like him.
Right. Well, Bill Parcells
He
didn't
might
pick
like
Phil
Daniel
Sims.
Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't pick Phil Sims.
You
You know what I
know,
mean? Like we seen like head coaches be with QBs that
who
they
the hell?
didn't handpick with and they
Who the
work
hell
and they work them out.
replaced Kerry? Who did Kerry Collins replace? Was that Danny Cannell under Jim Fossil?
Yeah, Danny Cannell, I think, yeah.
Was it Danny Cannell under Jim Fossil? I mean, at least Jim Fossil gave him a couple years if it was. I can't remember who Kerry Collins replaced. But Ernie Accorsi knew at the time that wasn't the quarterback, and Kerry Collins was
No, it
going
wasn't
through all that
Dave Brown.
difficulty. And Accorsi brought him here, got us. Christ, we won the championship game against Minnesota, 41-0.
Yeah, whoop that ass.
But he gave
And then 34-7.
he actually put a team around Canal. I gotta look that up because that just doesn't sound right. I don't think it was. It was Canal, Corey? Thank you. But at least he had some players available to see what Canal really was because we were guessing on him. We didn't know what he was. All of a sudden, Fossil comes in. Yep, that's not the guy. But they had a team there that had the potential to win freaking games. Do we have a team right now that has the potential to win games with a different quarterback?
No, we're not. We're not ready.
Yeah, Kent Graham. I knew there was another one.
Kent
Graham
yeah.
too. Yeah, they both sucked. But Fossil put them out there, put them in the highlight, gave them players. Brought in Kerry Collins. We went to the Super Bowl. Are we that team right now?
No, nowhere.
Not
near
even
as bad.
close.
We're not ready to win. Yeah.
Bad drafts have killed this team, and we're just starting to get some good drafts right now. The last two drafts, realistically, not too bad. Dave Brown. Corey, you just hush over there. Just hush.
Dave Brown.
Oh, I'm going to Dave Brown you one. You know,
another Duke quarterback that we drafted.
Yeah. Well, we knew
the
Dave Brown was
supplemental draft.
nothing. That was also the supplemental draft. And Dave Brown played the shenanigans on who wanted the Colts. I believe it was the Baltimore Colts at the time. And Dave Brown told the Colts that I'm going to make, okay, you guys could draft me in the supplemental round, but I want like $30 million. Okay.
It was Indianapolis.
It was Indianapolis?
Yeah. Baltimore Colts ended in like the 70s, I believe.
Oh my God, that I couldn't remember. But all I know is the Colts were like one of the teams that was going to draft Dave Brown, but Dave Brown asked for too much money in the supplemental.
Oh, right.
No, so I mean,
yeah.
I get, like I said, again, I get everybody's frustration. I get, we're tired of this. What can we do as a culture, a fan base, a team? What can we point to? Right now, it's everything. And again, is this draft going to fix all our problems? There again, that's why I say we take our second first-round pick and trade down and get more assets for the following year. So if we get a second rounder this year and a first next year and a third and a fourth next year, we get 2 firsts, 2 thirds, 2 fourths again. Guess what? We just keep bringing in fresh guys. People are going to work sooner or later. Get a new coach, scouting department. Start replacing some of these freaking guys because they're not doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out what Daniel Jones really is next year.
Yeah,
so that we can determine what to do going forward. Do we have to have? And then if we've got them picks next year, we got capital to move up and grab any quarterback we want that's on there. Any quarterback. We can go up and get the first round pick. Only one time in history the Giants have ever had the first round pick, and that's when we traded up to get it for Eli Manning. The only time we've ever had the top pick. God, I'm ugly. Woo! Logan, get back on here. Oh, Nate's my savior. Woo, good. I didn't have to stare at that ugly puss anymore. What do you think, Nate? How do you feel about all this? What I've been talking about?
Just, I think the scouting department has been terrible. Just, it's like this team. We can't draft the player to save our life. The offensive lineman that we have actually drafted have been off the Giants. Besides now Andrew Thomas, who we drafted, and Pert. Every other offensive lineman has somehow left this team. And now Hernandez is probably going to leave the team. Who else we got?
That may have been a bust.
He didn't draft Gates. Gates is still on the team, but he's undrafted. And I just think the Giants are just in a terrible spot where we can't hit on our first round picks.
Well, we've been hitting on first round picks.
Well, I mean,
lately.
Andrew Thomas hit.
Well, let's look at it realistically. I mean, the jury's still out on DJ. Dexter Lawrence, he doesn't have the stat numbers, but I think he's doing more than what we think. I inside defensive.
Montez Sweat.
You know what?
Sweat. We could have killed guys.
Again, I don't think he's a bust. He's not all pro, but he's definitely not a bust.
He's a nose tackle.
He's serviceable.
He doesn't
Dexter Lawrence is serviceable.
What a nose tackle does is they just clog up the run game. Nose tackles don't put up stats.
That's why I say I think Dexter Lawrence is serviceable. And then,
we could have picked up
the goddamn Baker pick. Okay, that one bit us in the ass, but nobody saw that coming. So then the following year it was Thomas?
Andrew Thomas, McKinney.
Thomas and McKinney, first and two. How'd those guys looking?
Elite looking players.
Okay, let's look at last year.
Tony and Ojulari.
All right, Ojulari's definitely looking at the jury's still out on Tony, but with Tony, we can say that there's definitely the potential there
if
to
he's on
be.
The field, if he's on the field, he's a hit. But if he's not, he's a miss.
Right. I agree, but there is a ton of potential there. There's more there than probably what we're seeing right now. I'm not gonna lie. But now he's going to have a complete off season. He's still developing at that position. He's going to put on a couple of pounds. He's going to get better. I believe Tony is a baller. He wants to play in the NFL. When you get somebody like that, their strength and conditioning goes from here to here.
I don't know what people have been forgetting. He literally broke OBJ's rookie record in that.
That's what I mean. He's definitely, the jury's still out on, but he's got a lot of potential, and I like that.
And I think when he's on the field, he's like 20. I would say like 2016 Odell. When he's on the field, when he's off the field, it's whatever.
No, he's more of a guy like Dante Hall. He's more like Dante Hall.
I just think when he hits like a route, whenever we always just say Odell's gone, like we already knew the guy was gone. The Ravens game gone on a slant route. It wasn't even. It was just.
Yeah, but I don't think. I don't think OBJ can make guys miss, but he couldn't do the moves that Tony can do.
No. I'm not saying complete player. I'm just saying when he hits the route, it's just Odell. It's gone. Like we already knew that Odell was gone when he hit it. When he did any route, like I believe his slant routes are amazing. Odell is one of the best route trees I've probably ever seen for the Giants player.
No,
and I don't know about you guys, but I think Aaron Robinson is a hit.
You know what, King Tone, you're right. But like I said, Pert was a scouting department pick. Matt Pert was picked by the scouting department. Said, give this guy. All you have to do is change the attitude. So that guy's that shouldn't have been taken. He was taken. But you got to rely on your scouts for something. You can't evaluate every stinking player out there. I mean, Judge should have looked at film on him. Maybe we should have waited till the fourth. But however, when Pert was picked in the third round, a lot of people like that pick.
I'm one of the guys.
Exactly. So be honest with yourself. For everybody else out there that said the Giants Pert in the third round, what a phenomenal pick. Yeah. We were all wrong on that. We were all wrong. So So as we see, that's how hard it is to get late round picks. You only
Yes.
can go off of talent and potential. Pert does have the potential. We still see the potential in him, but
Yeah.
he's not stepping up. So that's attitude. And
Yeah.
if you think you can change somebody's attitude and make them nastier, I'm sorry, it really wasn't a bad pick, but it just wasn't
He's
a hit
too-
right now.
He just doesn't have that attitude. I think that's the problem with him. He's just too soft. I just think he's too soft where he's like he doesn't have his belief in himself because he's so off the field that he's not even getting playing time. That's the problem. That's the problem.
I agree. I think his confidence is shot a little bit too, Nate. That's a great point.
And he doesn't work. He works like seven
Takes a little bit.
different off
Turn it up a little bit if you want.
time in a week.
Why
Like,
is my
he has
internet?
no chemistry with the guy next to him. He's like, "Oh, mine's back. There you go, mine's back."
You couldn't know.
Oh, yeah, I'm freaking glitching over here for some damn reason.
Yeah, mine was glitching too.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Yeah,
Tosh.
we can hear Tosh.
All right. Yeah.
250, 200 is good. I want Russ. I'm done with this team. Russell Wilson. Oh, my goodness.
Bro,
Well, he's a big
nobody's
Russ
gonna
guy.
want DJ though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
we
Nobody's
have
gonna
him go
want
from
DJ. Right
Seattle with a shitbird O-line, come to the Giants with a shitbird O-line. Yeah. You guys expect him to play better on this O-line? Really?
I mean, like, gonna have to give up like these draft capitals that we that we could use on online.
Right.
But
And Giant Opinion Sports has a great thing right here. Pretty weird that Pert was the highest rated
giving all that
O-lineman
up
on the
for a
team
guy who
last
threw-
season.
Giving all that for a
Yes,
guy
that
who
was
threw
really
his own
weird.
offensive line under the bus.
Well, that and he got a lot more playing time too. He was always rotated out there. That's why we had
Because
belief in
Solder
him
was
this year
nice.
that he could go out there and forge forward.
I just think Judge just needs to start the rookies now. It's the season.
If DJ doesn't do it, then I agree with this, Joseph. Next year,
Yeah,
I would
Daniel
look at
Jones-
quarterbacks.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Daniel Jones stinks. If he stinks up the joint next year, then yeah.
Yep.
Or we draft Bryce Young. Or we just go Bryce Young.
I mean, bro, now we literally gotta have to like stink up the joint that bad to be like 2-15 or some shit just to get like a quarterback like Bryce.
Yeah.
Young, by the
Well,
way.
that's why we trade down and acquire draft picks next year. That way you got ammunition to go up and get who you want. Is that way we don't have to worry about another Eli scenario.
Mhm.
Because of course he just played that. He played that to perfection. What was what he had to give
be
up?
like 2-15.
I just don't want to
Regular
franchise
lines
DJ.
down there, not get another quarterback.
And I agree with this. I agree with this statement right here too. Team's been sitting too high on Russ. He's looked average. I agree with that one also.
Hey, but guess
I
what?
mean,
though?
he's got
DJ
injuries.
Need a good, DJ need a good power run scheme too to be
Yeah.
effective as well.
Yep. That's just
why
about
we're
every
trying to work
quarterback.
him out.
My God, look at
That's for
Jalen
every
Hurts and how good he looked when they were running the friggin' football, and he only had to throw it maybe 20 times.
Yeah, pretty much almost every quarterback. I mean, just needs a power run game like that.
Joel, an
My
example.
God, look at how good Tannehill looks when he's got Derrick Henry in the backfield.
Look how
Right,
good we
like,
looked last year with the
Hey,
run game we
bro.
have at Gallman.
And
The
Joe,
rush
could
game
you
we have at
imagine? Yeah, and Joe, could
unstoppable.
you imagine Daniel Jones and a team like Tennessee, the Patriots, the Browns? Bro, like, could you imagine?
Right.
That's the Broncos. He'll be a god. That guy will be if he's on the Broncos, he'll carry.
This year isn't DJ only making like $8 million?
Yeah,
He's only
but I
making
just
like
don't want
$8
to.
million
I'm talking
right
about. He's like 8.
The
I think
Knicks
he's like
fucking lost again.
who?
The Knicks fucking lost again.
I know. That's why I haven't been talking like on Twitter for like the last like hours.
I can't watch the games anymore. I don't have the time.
Daniel Jones, when he signed,
Well, we'll be in
a
the playoffs, so.
4-year, $25.5 million so let's see.
And you can see
Let me
DJ's
break
thing,
down.
like, he's more of a play action. He's more of a play action quarterback, and that's what he's most effective at. You can see it.
Next year, he'll be $4 million.
That's why I want to check him out.
Or no, $8
$11
million.
million
It's good. His cap
$11
hit's going to be $8 million.
Yeah.
So, and then Russell Wilson, 40.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, like around like
42?
40 million. That's what he's made.
Yeah,
That's a scary
Russell's is
race,
up
bro.
there. Where the hell are we going to come up with $40 million? That's why I'm not. Yeah, the Knicks can't shoot.
Yeah, and like when we
You can't
cut, like
shoot
when we cut all these players, like we're gonna have to use all of our money after we cut our players to rebuild this whole
Yeah,
team
we're going to have to sign some
from
veterans.
free agency. So yeah, we're gonna have to sign some veterans. So yeah,
We-
like we can't really.
We need depth, man.
Get
We need
Russ
depth
out
on this
there.
offensive line, man. I'm tired of this. Tired of switching.
Yeah, because the Giants are trying to pay for a lot of people before they even get a guy like Russ. So
I wanted it, dude. Imagine we had a Devin Bowman still on this team.
But here's
Funny.
the real question, though. We're going to be struggling against the cap. We're going to have a lot of rookies. We're not going to have much depth again next year. Just so everyone knows, what depth are you going to really have next year? Because you sure as hell ain't going to have Price coming back. You ain't going to have Sakura. You ain't going to have Hernandez. You sure as hell don't want Nate Solder. Who's going to be your depth once you get that rookie center and right tackle in the draft in the first round? Because now you need 2 guards. Okay, so you're going to take that free agent money, what Todd was saying. That's why you take that free agent money Todd was talking about. You go get yourself a couple guards. But now you're still bumping up against the cap because you got to sign your draft class. So it's going to be
down to get.
Well, you can trade down and lessen the cap hit, Taj, but you're not going to get those picks until next year. You might get 1 second rounder this year. Like I said, if Denver really wants Pickett, if Pickett's on the board at 6 and Denver really wants him and they want to trade up and grab him, it'll cost them a second this year and a first and a third and a fourth next year. Yeah, Carolina might come up, and that'll be even more capital, but it's all going to be next year.
Now I just look at this. I may call it right now. Russell could be a Bronco.
And that's just it. If we bring in Russell Wilson here, we ain't going to have no cap room. None. We ain't getting anything. And we're losing picks to get him.
We'll make a wild card because it's Russell Wilson.
No, we won't.
He's the type
if
of
Seattle's
quarterback.
not making a wild card right now, you
Wilson,
expect him to come to the Giants and make a wild card? That ain't happening.
I'll say this. We trade 1 first. Let's do the trade that you do. And we get that. We still get our other first.
Okay, one guy. One guy. Yeah. So now you got Russell Wilson, and you got a top 5 pick that you got to have money for. So there's $50 million.
What you said, we can trade up back into the first.
What?
This is what I will do. Listen to this.
Hey, it costs money to sign the players you draft.
No, let's just say this. Let's say this. Get him next. I'm saying we get him next season. I'm not saying now. Next season we get this offensive line done. And if Daniel Jones doesn't show anything, get Russell. Oh, that's the guy that I think fits the Giants the most.
Russell will be on a new team by then.
Right.
I think the contract is too big. I think he'll stay. Honestly.
There's no way we could get Russell Wilson with the amount of cap room we're going to have next year. Hey, Rick, what's good?
Russell Wilson right now, I think he just needs to be in a win now team. Like right
how
now,
is our team better than the Seahawks? How is our team better than
Yeah,
what
our
the
team.
Seahawks
Yeah,
have
our
right now?
team ain't really that much better than Seattle.
We have a better
Like,
defense. That's
not-
about it.
Okay, they have a better defense.
Yeah.
Okay, so Russell Wilson's going to be playing behind the same offense that we're seeing Daniel Jones play behind. It'll probably be worse. It'll probably be worse. So that you're seeing Mike the Neck Glennon play behind, that you guys want to put Jake Fromm behind. Russell Wilson's going to have the same offense. You really think we're a playoff team with Russell Wilson here next year?
When did I say that?
No, I'm just Nate. He said that the Giants will be a playoff team next year with Russell Wilson here. How do you see that working out?
Hopefully the schedule. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Schedule-
I'm sorry, Nate.
If the Eagles get a 4-13 schedule, the schedule they have, we should get a much easier schedule.
Well, we're going to be in the bottom of the division. We're going to have that schedule next year. It's going to be
Yeah,
softer.
like, we're gonna have it. Yeah, we're gonna have an easy ass schedule next year. So.
But you still got to look, and then long term, and we all hear Judge talking about the future, and we're
The
starting
Giants
to
won't do-
see
I-
some of the
the
stuff
Giants won't
from
do
the
it,
future,
though.
because
Giants- The Giants won't do that.
the Giants see the future. Judge does. That's why he traded last year. They can get 2 firsts this year.
I think the reason
Don't be
he traded
surprised.
back- I'm going to be honest with you, Joel. I understand where you're coming from. I think the reason he traded back is because he panicked when the Eagles took Devontae Smith.
No, I don't think he panicked. I don't
It's
think he
just like-
panicked. If you
I don't
panic,
want-
you do what Jerry Reese does, and you just grab somebody.
You
That's
just
what
grab
happens when
somebody,
you
like,
panic.
when you don't trade.
Evan
down.
Ingram,
Jer-
Eric
yeah,
Flowers?
Jerry Reese didn't trade down.
Eric Flowers,
Yeah.
that wasn't a reach.
Slay, is that you?
That's a reach.
Yeah, those guys are reach without
It
even
is,
trading down.
I think they had it in place. Because the Bears were trying to move up with everybody and anybody. They even offered the Eagles the same package, and the Eagles turned it down. When they traded up with Dallas, the Eagles turned it down. Yep.
Wait, what did we do?
The Bears wanted to move up with you to draft their quarterback. They offered you the same package they offered us, and you guys turned it down when you
Yeah.
traded with
He
Dallas.
turned it down.
Because they were trying to trade with Dallas to move up there to get the quarterback also.
Yeah, the only reason we did that is because of our
Because they hate
receivers.
us.
No,
Hate
but
us.
but that's what I'm saying. Judge saw the future. He saw where this team was going to be this year. He knew what the hell was coming. You guys could say Judge is a clown, but you know what? I think he was just prepared for all the bullshit and the shitstorm, the firestorm that he was going to have to deal with this year.
Yeah, and Giants option sports. You mean I don't think a guy like Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson would be the type quarterback that Joe Judge would want to have for his system.
Trixie, shut the hell up. Stop.
So
Yeah, exactly. He would be running for his life. He would be running for his life. There's no way. There's no way we can get an offensive lineman in here for him next year. It just ain't happening.
Yeah.
Watson
quite
Jr.
honest with you, I don't even think Watson or Wilson are like the type of quarterback that Joe Judge would want to have.
Joel,
for
the
his
Giants
system.
don't draft the offensive lineman in the first 2 rounds. I'm done watching football.
No,
Well, you better be done watching football, my guy.
I
Zion, what's
feel
good?
I feel like honestly, man, Russell Wilson isn't a quarterback the Judge would want, but Watson, come on now, of course you'd want him. He's young as hell. If he gets this stuff correct,
No, but Joe Judge. With
Hey,
Joe
Keith,
Judge.
and I get that, but don't you think Judge in his right state of mind, if you
Oh,
build
yeah.
a team around that dude, you can have like promise for the future of your team. Like if you do the correct things. I don't think you should get Watson, but
Joel, Giants backstage.
I got him on
I
here.
mean, we should because we would really have to like give away these drafts.
Come on, you guys turn your cam on, bro.
Draft online.
Zion, you're here. You hear me?
Oh,
There
my
you
bad.
go.
I didn't know how that works. Oh, shit. That's dope. Oh, what's good, guys? What's good?
What's good?
I wanted to
What?
keep my camera off. What's up? What's up? I just seen that you was live. Miss text me earlier, and then I'm like, I'm busy, but I had you
Well-
up, and then I had you on mute. I have to be honest. But then, so I don't know what the conversation is. I just joined up because I was
Oh,
free
it's the
now.
usual
and I
Deshaun
wanted to come and
Watson,
support.
Russell Wilson stuff.
Yo,
Got you.
this stream has been absolutely amazing. I've been keeping up. Man,
Nice, I
you're
love
doing
it.
a great job, Joe. For
Thank
real,
you.
for real.
Thank you. I
Okay,
tried,
football
I
player.
was talking to Miz earlier. He messaged me. We were talking a little bit, and he says, "Well, is anybody going live tonight?" And I said, "I don't think so." I says, "I'm thinking about it." I said, "I just got my wife." Yeah, just pour it over the top, money. My wife helped make. I made some cookies up for her. She's been baking them, and for she's got an office Christmas party tomorrow. So right now she's making caramel corn.
Chill.
Awesome,
And
man.
you should be in bed.
Someone's made an earthquake. Goddamn.
Chill.
It's 10 minutes. It's quarter to 11. I'll take you to bed. Okay. Well, they got shot down like Snoopy over Germany right there. So
I thought that one was empty. I guess it wasn't.
What were you guys talking about?
just look. I'm trying to. I'm trying to keep on an up note. I'm trying to look at positive things. I'm not trying to make excuses. And just trying to, look, this is what I'm thinking might happen. This is what I want to see because of, does Joe Judge really have control of this team now? So I want to see the changes that's going to happen after this season ends. I want to see who's fired. I want to see who's let go before free agency starts up. I'm not going to worry about ESPN and Todd McShay and Mel Kiper and what they're saying with the draft. I am not clicking on any of that shit. All right. Because there's so many ways that this draft could go this year. This is going to be a very, very interesting draft because they have not started talking up the quarterbacks yet.
We don't even know who's going to go number 1.
Exactly. Right now we can guess and say it's Hutchinson. But what if Carolina trades up with the Lions and gets the number 1 pick?
What up, Kentone? What up, Miz?
Okay, if they trade up to the number 1, that's a quarterback off the board. People can say that these quarterbacks are garbage.
Oh, what up, Taj?
Yeah, Taj.
I didn't even know Taj was. I heard him. I'm like, how is this whole stream your thing is so confused?
We gotta go back to.
Because I don't got my camera.
What up, Taj?
Yeah, I don't.
So the thing is, Logan. The thing is, when you join the Spotlight Sports Network, you're probably gonna have to use that thing. Where
I'm not joining the Spotlight Sports Network.
I'm just saying, I like if you have the correct enough money for that junk, then you have that ability to let people off and on and stuff. How the camera's off right now. Yeah.
Continue, Joe.
Yeah, I hear you. So that's basically what it is, Zion. I saw your video earlier about Joe Judge and everything. So, I mean, if you want to throw a little light on the subject, what are you thinking about this team and Judge and where you see it going and what's?
So, little secret. So I made that thumbnail 2 months ago. Not really 2 months ago, probably a month ago. I forget what game I made that thumbnail after. And then I know that Jaden and Logan was talking about Joe Judge, and the report came out about probably I think a couple of days ago about him reportedly going to stay with the team. I think Logan told that to me. And then I totally forgot about that. So then I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to use this thumbnail. And then when Miz commented, he's all like, yo, Judge is coming back. I'm like, oh, to be honest, I just wanted to use my thumbnail, but the point of the matter is okay, so Judge is coming back, right? And now what do? We got a quarterback that or they sit in for the rest of the season. Is that neck injury a real injury? And then now we have talks. Okay, so I told Logan this: the 2021 Giants are dead. It was dead after Miami game. The season's gone. What did we bring out of it? You know what I'm saying? So now obviously we talk about they evaluating the players, and now we look up to the draft. So obviously most of us wants and most of us feels that we need to attack the O-line twice, get an edge rusher in here, and go from there. We'll see. We play it out. Some people want to get a wide receiver late. Some people want to get a running back late. Some people want to get a quarterback maybe round 5. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But if you really look at it, it's all fun. It's all talks, and I love having these conversations because us as fans, we can give our opinion. obviously we don't know what's going to happen until the GM comes in here and then he formulates his plan. And once a GM comes in here, it's going to tell us a lot. So say you take, now me being honest, I didn't really go do my deep dig in on GM candidates and stuff like that, but I'm just going to throw a name out that been circulating, a name like Louis Riddick from Monday Night Football, right? If Louis Riddick comes in here, what if he, you know, obviously he's gonna have to accept the fact that Joe Judge is gonna get 1 more year. So Mao is gonna obviously talk to him about that. So he's gonna come in here, say if he does, right? Not saying I want him, I'm just using this as an example.
Right.
So he comes in here. What if he tells Joe Judge, like, you know what, Judge, you didn't draft Daniel Jones. I'm not in love with Daniel Jones. I think we have a shot to go out there, and I think we have a shot to make a splash. What if he wants to make a big splash, and what if he wants to bring in someone like Watson? So let me just throw Watson's name out there. If we're talking about Watson, what's up, Hitman? Now, if you guys are talking about Russell Wilson and Watson, the only quarterback I would really want out of them two is Watson, because not saying that Russell Wilson can't play at a high level. Russell Wilson's still young. He's 33. That's still young, especially in 2021.
That's not young.
Hold up, Slade. These quarterbacks nowadays are proven that they can go past their primes. You know what I'm saying? It's a different league. They are well protected. They are well protected nowadays. Now, Slade, you played in the 1980s, you played in the 1990s, maybe not. But right now, these quarterbacks are very well protected. So Russell Wilson,
you're right,
could play until he's 38, could play until he's 39. You know, let's just say 37. That's still 5 years with Russell Wilson, right? So beyond the point, Joe, you can interrupt this your stream at any time.
Oh,
but
no, you're good, man. I like it, but I wanted the quarterback thing kind of got me because I think we already got our quarterback for a backup.
And who's that?
Jake Fromm.
Okay, well,
instead of getting one in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Okay. We went inside just like we got Roche.
I like that because for Giants fans, I don't want you guys to think that I do not like Daniel Jones. I'm just looking at it. I think the best case scenario is to keep him on the team for 1 more year. I think we got him for 2. We got him for
2 more years.
I'm just throwing a scenario out. If a new GM comes in and he doesn't like Daniel Jones and he makes Joe Judge agree with him, he gets Joe Judge on his side and they want him out. Now, so they cut Daniel Jones. Obviously, Mike Glennon is gone. He's not staying. We have one quarterback in Jake Fromm. So I can see that happening.
Well, here's the thing, Zion, because he's tested him out already. He's got him on the team. Throwing passes.
He's what, 23?
He sees what the kid can do already. He's already, got him signed.
True, but Jake Fromm is not like a splash.
No, he's not a splash. But instead of getting a quarterback in the 5th round and guessing, Joe Judge says, I'm going to sign this kid off of the practice squad. True. I think he'd be a really good backup. I'm going to have him for the next couple of years under contract, and I don't have to use a draft pick on a late round quarterback that's a flyer. I've already got this kid. I've already seen him on the practice field, and I can already develop him under my scheme. I think that's what Judge did, because if you think about it, he went and got Roche off of the free agent wire
for free.
Right. He's paying attention. He's doing little things, but we're not paying attention. Because when you think about that, that makes sense, doesn't it? So instead of using a draft pick, he saved a draft pick. Not only that, he gets to see him in his scheme, his offense, him play on the field.
There you go. I was just throwing out because there were some Giants fans that do believe that maybe we should go and get. Now, maybe the belief process was before we went and we grabbed Jake Fromm. But let's ask them again and let's see the bit. But would you? I think I heard you take one time, but would you, if the price is right, okay? Because I heard you say you're not. I believe the last time we talked about this, your statement was, "I'm not willing to trade away my future for Watson," right?
Right.
And my statement to you right now is, say a GM comes in, Watson is the only quarterback I'll go for, okay? Now, Joe, when I look at Watson, I look at him right up there with Patrick Mahomes, okay? So I'm going to ask you this. What would you give up for Patrick Mahomes?
you could never get Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he's
You
like,
can never get Patrick Mahomes in it, but just I want to see what the reason why I'm asking Joe I want to see what Joe values for Patrick Mahomes. Say there's a possibility.
But it's not even.
What's a different quarterback? Because you'd have to give up like 8 first-round draft picks.
But you guys are taking that out of context. You guys are taking that out of context. I'm just. How do you value?
I know
Patrick
what you're
Mahomes
trying to do, but I'm not doing.
For me,
I'm not.
though, for me,
Taj,
though,
answer the
after
question.
last
Thank you,
season,
Taj.
What?
Taj, what would you like if there's a okay? I'll answer the question. I'll
Yeah.
give up two of our first rounders this year. I'll give up a first round next year, and I'll give up a first round the year after that. That's what I value Patrick Mahomes as a quarter. Yeah, you may say, no, that's crazy. That's for picks. But hey, that's Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I value Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback. So when I look like a quarterback of Deshaun Watson, I'll be willing to give up one this year, one first round this year, 1/3 this year, 1 first next year, and maybe 1/3 next year as well, and then throw in Evan Ingram or Daniel Jones, and then we work with the cap what we have. If you have to drop Martinez, if you have to restructure, because the reason being is because you can still go out there with still a first round pick. We'll still have a first round, a second round, and a third round. So we're spoiled because we have 2 number 1s and 2 number 3s. But what if I told you we could have Deshaun Watson on this team and still have number 1,
He
number 2,
has
and number
to
3?
clear
Right.
everything first.
Absolutely.
Before
he has to
I'm
clear
even
everything
talking
first.
about this.
But the only reason why I bring up Rich Watson is because I thought the conversation was on Wilson and Watson before I joined. That's why I asked what you guys talking
It
about.
was, and it's like, okay, so let's say
But that's the only quarterback I'll
all right,
bring in.
let's say that they go for that, Zion, this year. Okay, this year you're going to start clearing room. Start getting rid of some serious players because
what I was about to say,
we don't have the cap room.
What I was about to say about Mahomes,
We didn't have the cap room last year too, and look what we got.
We have $3 million right now. We have $3 million.
We had less than $3 million last year.
Before we signed
And we
Dalton,
used
we
it.
were in the negatives.
We used it. We used it.
But there's a lot of finesse and there's a lot of restructure. All I'm not saying I want Watson,
but
all I'm trying
Zion,
to
you've
say
got to
is-
clear 50 million. It's not like you only got to clear
wouldn't be
10 or
50
12.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got to
I
clear
don't-
50 million.
It wouldn't be 50 million.
Yeah, it is because you got to sign your first round draft
I'm
class.
gonna go back talk about Patrick Mahomes.
Well, we're just talking about Watson here.
You got to sign Watson, give him his money, and you got to sign your draft class. That's 10 million. That's $50 million because Watson's contract is 40.
40
Yeah,
million,
yeah.
but
Oh my, yeah. There's God.
Yeah.
Contract.
We
So
ain't
no
got
matter
that
what,
kind.
like-
We ain't clearing that kind of room. And not only that, he's going to be behind a worse
Yeah.
offensive line than what he was in the Texans.
And Joel, even
I
the,
wouldn't think so.
the contract goes up after this. It goes to like it goes to
here's
35. It goes to 40, the 50s, and it just goes like the 52. So that's what.
Yeah.
It's insane. 2031.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. If there's a way that the Giants could finesse and find a way to clear that kind of money and get him in here, wouldn't you guys want him?
You're only getting your draft class in him.
Joe
That's
Judge
it.
wanted? That's
Now
the
you're getting
question.
rid of
But
everybody
That's the
else.
question.
What else
Would
are we
Joe
gonna
Judge
get?
want him?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like
You gotta
that.
pay your other players.
Yeah, you can't just pay one player.
Okay. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, I'm just
I
saying,
know,
like,
I get it.
What are we
But
gonna play both
and then
ways?
everyone's coming at you. And I don't mean
I would
to come at you.
pay Watson before I will pay all these other bums. I'm just telling it how it is.
But
Like,
you're not gonna have a team.
Okay. Obviously, there's ways to finesse the cap. Okay, so take this as a receipt. If there's any way in a chance that Watson is a Giant next year, receipt this.
We're screwed.
Because-
Oh, yeah,
screwed.
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
receipt this if he's not.
Oh, obviously. Probably because 80,
Right.
90,
But
95% he's
listen,
not going to be.
I
But I'm just
already
saying,
know
look at
who
that
wants
thought
Watson.
process.
I already
You know what I'm
know
saying?
who wants Watson.
I don't think Watson's going to be a Giant. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
hope
all I'm trying to
Frank
say
not.
is,
I
out of
only
all
think
these
Joe
quarterbacks,
Judge.
wouldn't Watson probably be the only one that you guys would really want? Because I'm not going to
Yes,
bring
that was
Wilson in
the.
here.
That's my only guy. If I was the Giants, if you have a
Hey.
chance to get Wilson next season, I would do it.
He's not going to be available next season.
You don't know. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
man.
Right now, we don't even know that. He should have been traded now.
I'm just looking at it like, for me, I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. I'm gonna just make
You're fine.
one more
No.
statement. I'll shut up. I'll let someone have.
No,
have
because
the
I ain't
mic.
got to
No,
talk.
All
I
right.
like it.
So
No.
for me, honestly, fans, like, if you're listening to this, don't think I'm crazy. All right. I know
I
for
thought
probably.
you were crazy way before this.
All right, perfect. I thought, to be honest, I know Giants fans, like, the best thing to do is what I would want is to Daniel Jones to see this team. Daniel Jones to get the first shot at this team. I said it multiple times. I
Right.
said it in multiple
Hey, look, bro. The
streams.
same way
We'll draft the quarterback later in 2023, 2024. Hopefully, pray to God that Daniel Jones pans out and he plays fantastic football next year with a team, and he's our quarterback, and we
Can I
sign
ask
him.
a question,
You
though?
know?
How can I ask one question about this trading and taking these contracts on?
Mm-hmm.
Every content creator has said it. You win a Super Bowl when a quarterback's on his rookie deal.
On his rookie deal, yeah.
How hard is it to win after that? It's
very
not
hard.
impossible,
It's not impossible.
but it is harder, correct? So do
I
you
just-
want to take on that contract to win a couple more
I
games
just-
each year?
To be honest, Joel, I just feel like this is why I'm getting so, like, I wouldn't say hyped up about Watson. Is there's certain players in this league that if he clears all his cases, that sometimes you don't get the opportunity to grab them. You just never do. They're just locked into their team. When I value Watson as a quarterback, obviously Tom Brady's still playing, so obviously he's still up there. Obviously Aaron Rodgers is up there. But just as a player, if you had a chance to go out there and get something great, what would you sacrifice to get that great player? And that's what I kind of
I
said.
get
So
it, Zion.
Watson goes into that category as one of those great players. You know what I'm
But
saying?
if you look at history, okay, great players like Watson do get second chances, because I'll show Randall Cunningham went to Minnesota. Michael Vick went to Philadelphia. Now, was that the greatest? No. But when you're that caliber, my God, look at the defensive end for Dallas that beat the hell out of his wife and then wound up on Carolina and then went to MMA. What the hell's his name? You follow MMA.
Dan Hardy. Dan
Huh?
Hardy.
Was it Dan Hardy?
Yeah, Hardy.
Yeah, I got it.
Look, he got another chance. Okay, so look, if you've got talent, you're definitely going to get another chance, which I'm all for. I love giving people second chances.
Yeah.
But do I want that to be on the Giants? No, because we're not that player away.
Yeah, we're not a
We're
not
not
no QB
that
away.
player. We're not. Look, when Plexico Burris, when we signed him in free agency, this team was that guy away. That's what took us over the top to beat everybody and win championships and
You
rings.
see-
That's
wait,
when you go and make
pause.
that move. What the
I-
Rams are doing right now. Look what the Rams are doing. They've got that team. They're getting the players to take them over the top. That's how they won last night. That's what you do when you're a team that's in position. We're not nowhere near
no, we're
there. We
close.
don't have a foundation. We don't have a base. Okay, what?
Okay, so basically, I get what you're saying, but so you're saying you get mediocre players, in free agency, then get two. Obviously, you have 2 picks, so you get 11 players. Okay, so you get 11 players with the draft, and you get mediocre players in free agency, and then obviously that's the best way to do it, because obviously that's the way I want to do it. But what I was trying to say is, and obviously what I'm bringing up is, we get Watson, and some draft picks, and obviously we can probably still get like
How the hell
everybody's
are we
looking
getting
at
Watson and we getting draft picks?
because you're not giving
Yeah, that's
up.
not
You're not.
possible.
We're not giving up the house for Watson. That's the thing. Like y'all think like we're gonna still have draft picks. You guys are
Yeah,
looking
but they're
at
going to be
but-
fourth and
no,
and
they're
fifth
not.
rounders.
No, they're not.
I
We
got to
don't
buy
have
a car from you, man, because I know I could talk you
I'm
down.
telling you, we don't have to give up that much for Watson. Like we don't.
You don't
like,
appreciate him that much, then.
dude. So you're saying we can't come up with Watson and still get our first, second, and third?
No,
as
you're going to have
Giants-
to give that up,
No,
man.
absolutely not.
Then you don't
We have-
value him as
we
much
have-
as I do, and I don't want him.
Hold up. So you're saying that's what I'm trying to say. So I would take this deal if Houston came to us and we all look at the cap, and I get it. That's a major point. It's not soccer. It's a salary cap for a reason, and I don't want people to think I'm disregarding the cap. All I'm trying to say is none of us here on stream could manipulate the cap, or don't even understand the numbers of what those guys are able to do. If you tell me that you can have a team like super teams like Los Angeles Rams and teams like Tampa, and I get it, they're winning organizations, but if you're telling me that those guys can't manipulate the cap, look what we did last season, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is we're so looking at 2 first rounds and 2 third rounds and 1 second round, right? But that's what we have for 2022. Okay, so if we take 1 first round, say we take the Bears,
It's
we
not-
take one
that's
of our
not
first
enough.
round.
It's not
Hold
enough.
up, we take one of our first round for this year. We take our third this year. We'll take another first round next year, and then we take maybe something else next year, and then add Ingram. That would be enough because
We don't have Ingram under contract next year.
Add Daniel Jones. Add
You're,
someone
oh,
else.
you hate the people hate Daniel Jones, but we're going to trade
Fuck yeah,
Daniel
if
Jones.
it's meant
What's he
trading
worth?
for Watson. Fuck yeah, if it's meant
Bro,
trading
you're
for
going to have to
Watson,
give
I'll tell
up
you that
both
much right.
firsts this
I
year,
love you,
a
DJ,
second
but if it
this
means,
year, and a first and a second
No, you
next
wouldn't
year.
have.
Yes, you will.
But guess what, Joe? We still have picks because guess what? We have 2 first rounders.
You're
So
going
we'll
to
still
give
have
them up.
No,
Yes.
we won't.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Then
I'm telling
Deshaun
you.
Watson does not need to be on the Giants.
Or retire from football.
If you have to give, let me just say, if you have to give up those 2, I'm not for this. But I'm telling you, there's a way probably to get
Man,
Watson
don't-
here without
hey,
giving up
Like
both
I
of those
said.
2s.
Hey, yo, don't let don't
I
let
gotta
Bit
buy a
Peckham
car
in
from
here,
you.
Like just talk
Okay,
about
I'm
this,
just saying.
Watson shit.
Because I'm just looking at it. If a new GM
Don't
comes
let
in
Bit
here,
Peckham in here, man.
they might want to make a splash. This is where this is coming from. And what is a splash? You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
It
you
is
are-
a splash, but Zion,
Listen,
you cannot trade a star player for scraps. There ain't a GM in
it's
this
not
league that's
scraps
good.
though.
It is.
Flash is naming your channel.
You're
Platinum
not trading
Shot.
for Sam Darnold. You're trading for one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Thank you. I
You're
love- I love
not
the fact
getting
that you're
him on
respecting
the
Watson
cheap.
now.
Yeah.
See,
You would
even
want
Giants
three.
opinion
Yeah, if you're
sports.
Houston,
At
if you're
least,
Houston, you would want 3
at
first round
least.
picks, which we're not trying to do. We're not trying
It'll
to
be
give
the
up no
first.
3 first.
If they want Deshaun right now,
I'm
they'll
telling
probably
you,
That's what
ask.
Houston wants.
They'll ask for the
And that's what
6th,
we're
the
not
7th,
trying to
and
do.
then
There's
the
no
freaking
such
first
thing as
for
a
next
So-
bargain
So
in the
you're telling me,
NFL.
Cudley, who's the GM? Who's the GM?
The guy from
For
the
Houston?
Patriots, he just came
Yeah, the
down.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're telling me like
Yeah.
no team in the league will give them 3-round picks, 3 first round
Miami
picks.
was going to.
Yeah, Miami was gonna go do that.
Miami.
But
They were going to
What-
give him 3
but what
firsts and
happened?
2 seconds.
But what happened?
What happened is
Court.
Watson didn't clear his court cases and
Yeah,
he
his
couldn't get out of it. They
court
said, no, when he
situation.
clears, we'll talk again.
Okay, well so if Miami's willing to do that, then go ahead, Miami. But-
That's what I said, minimum.
So if you came to Houston and you're saying that we couldn't get away offering them 1 this year, 1 next year, a 3rd this year, a 3rd next year, and Daniel
No,
Jones.
it's not enough.
They're not gonna accept that, Zion. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't think so because I don't think if you're looking at it, what did Miami offer them Tua?
You're willing to give up 4
First of all,
first
they not
round
even
picks
gonna
for
want
Mahomes.
Daniel
You
Jones
really
right now
do
'cause
not
he's hurt.
value Deshaun Watson.
No, I didn't. I said that maybe not for. I said that like maybe 3. I'll give up 3 for Mahomes. Maybe not for.
That's
that
not
was,
enough
I
for
don't know.
Mahomes.
That's not enough for him. That's like that guy's an MVP, man.
I know. You're
Not
going to
this
have
year.
him for
Alright.
multiple years,
Okay.
just like Deshaun.
Especially what I seen in the Super Bowl last year, though. So I don't.
He had no one.
He's
Everyone
gone to
was-
back-to-back Super Bowls. They started losing. He picked that team up. Look what that Mahomes does to that team.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You think
absolutely.
you're getting hit? No. Bro,
No, I feel
if
you on
Mahomes
that.
is
Mahomes
that
looked in the
special
Super Bowl.
player,
Look how Mahomes looked in the Super Bowl last year without that O-line.
I'm not beating you down, but if
No,
you're looking
keep
at
it up,
that
keep it up,
special of a
because I want to hear
player,
all of it. I want to hear all of it because when we came into this offseason in the negative, and look what we got out of it.
Let
So
me
I
ask-
want to hear
let
all
me
of
ask
it.
you
I want to
this.
hear. Give me it. Keep
what
on
would
roasting
you
me.
trade Michael Strahan for in his prime?
Stop it.
What would you know? It's the same thing with Deshaun Watson. He's a star player. What would you trade Michael Strahan for if you were the Giants GM? It's the same scenario. See, you're gonna want a freaking
It's different
minute.
though.
It's not different.
Yes, it is.
No, how is it
Like,
different?
Michael Strahan wasn't delivering
All right,
some court
all right.
cases and shit.
Eli Manning in his prime.
Stop
What
it.
are you gonna
That's
ask
disrespectful.
for?
That's disrespectful asking a Giants fan that
No,
question.
what player can I
Lawrence
say?
Taylor in his prime.
Okay, that was crazy.
That's Logan. Stop that. That's
Listen, if you're trading a high caliber player like that, who's the top of the top,
man.
what are you
For the
trading
record,
for?
Giants fans, I do want Daniel Jones on this team next year, and I do
Look
want
at these
him.
good
I don't want
people.
you guys fucking unsubscribing to my channel because you guys think I'm a crazy person. All
By
I'm
the way,
trying to say
Zion, real
is,
quick,
you heard it here first. So if Watson comes to this team, you'll come back to this video.
Oh, you know what? I'll come down bowing, man. I'll come down
Yo,
bowing.
Zion,
I get you guys.
remember,
No,
our
I feel you.
remember me, you, and Jim's conversation when you guys went off on me? Saquon Barkley comparing Michael Parsons to Lawrence Taylor. We're not going to get into
What?
that conversation.
What
What
did
did
you
you
say?
We need
Saquon
fight
Barkley
first
said
for
Michael Parsons
Mahomes.
is the next Lawrence Taylor.
Wait, I didn't hear you, Logan.
Oh, sorry.
Saquon Barkley said Michael Parsons is the next coming of Lawrence Taylor.
Is he crazy?
No, you didn't.
Is
Yes,
he
he
crazy?
did. Yes, he did. I put it in our group chat.
Well, I
Seriously.
mean, that's because both those guys played.
Okay,
Penn
he's
State. I mean, it
just
makes
get off.
sense. Just because these
Guy
guys
off.
played in Penn State,
Oh,
together,
man.
I guess.
But that's what I'm getting at when I say that
I mean,
you
they
got
got
to
it,
value
you know,
that
they
player
got
as a
it.
GM, because if he's a top 3 player, all right, let's say he's coming out in the draft, okay? You're going to have to give up 3 firsts minimal to move up, right, Zion? Looking at it in that light too. So chances are you're going to have to at least give up a minimum, an absolute minimum of 3 first
Guys get
rounders.
Bruce Young in 2023. I heard
And
you. I'm not
also,
annoying you,
Joel,
Joel. I
he's
just want to
getting-
say, I feel you though. I know. I feel you.
Oh,
guys.
we would
$million
literally have to
next
tank
season.
hard.
I just love I love the fact that I got Joel to value Deshaun Watson and how special of a quarterback he is.
I never said he wasn't.
I know.
I just, I said Jimmy Garoppolo was in this class. That's all. Y'all freaking came at me. But you know what? Jimmy
Yeah, we
Garoppolo
were.
proven who right, who the man, who the friggin' man.
He's not
Okay?
even
Jimmy's
a
not
top
the
10
man.
quarterback.
Jimmy's not the man.
Come on,
I-
Logan. Give me some credit.
He's a top 20 quarterback, not
Give,
10.
give me
You said
some
he was
credit.
better
Give
than
me
Watson.
some credit.
You said
That's
Daniel
funny.
Jones, Derek Carr, and Jimmy Garoppolo were better than Deshaun Watson. Yet you don't think
Derek Carr was actually the top quarterback in the league for a little while. So,
and Deshaun Watson was a top quarterback in the league last year. So
how's he doing this year?
he is.
He
being
ain't
manipulated.
playing.
There you go. Okay.
Damn.
Okay, in that case, Saquon Barkley's a bum. Daniel Jones is a bum. Kenny Galladay's a bum. Our whole offensive line is bums. Our whole
You
defense
said it,
is
not
bums.
me.
Okay, if this actually happens, Logan's just cursed now. Like if
Yeah,
this
he
happens,
is.
he's just cursed.
He is. He doesn't
And guess
like.
what?
He
Evan
doesn't
Ingram's
like
the
me.
best player on our team then because he's doing better than he was last year. If we're gonna go off.
He's
that
a
way.
Pro Bowler. What do you expect?
He's the
I'm
Pro
fucking
Bowler.
out. I'm out. I'm out.
He's a
I'm
Pro
out.
Bowler, bro.
Oh,
He has one
don't,
touchdown. He is
you,
the Pro Bowler.
don't get so mad. You know what? What did I say that was wrong about Evan Ingram? Was he a Pro Bowler?
He's
Is he a Pro Bowler? Yes or no? Is he a Pro Bowler?
You
Put some respect
Technically,
on
he's a
my man
Pro
Evan
Bowler.
Ingram.
Yeah, he
Thank
has
you.
won that title.
you can't be a Pro Bowl for nothing.
So I'm spitting facts,
Hey,
man. I'm
don't
just spitting
disrespect
We can't
facts.
take
that.
that. We can never take that away from Evan Ingram.
No, you
You can't be a
can't.
Pro
You
Bowl
can't
for
take it away from him.
You
Good
know
job,
why?
Evan.
He's gonna get paid more in free agency than he's gonna be in the
Yeah,
Giants. Because
Evan
Hey,
Ingram's
that's
gonna get a
great. We
bag.
get a
He's
third
gonna
round
get a
comp
bag. I
pick for him the
promise you
following
that.
year.
I promise
Yeah.
you.
oh, guys, he's
Oh
gonna
my
make the Pro Bowl.
God.
He has 2 touchdowns. He'll make the
Logan.
Pro Bowl. He's making 2 touchdowns right
That's
now.
scary.
Yeah, Logan, yeah.
Zion looked away. He got so scared.
I did too. I got, man, there goes 10 viewers right there. Son of a bitch.
Oh man.
Yo, Joel, I have a question for you. Do you listen to Polo G?
I'm going to definitely say no because I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. He's too. Why would you ask him that question?
Yeah, Nate Solder would be a Pro Bowler. Yeah.
Oh, puke in my
I got
mouth.
you. I got
Oh,
Hell yeah. So, what were you guys talking about before I interrupted Matt Watson, man?
you.
hey.
You're
We was talking about the Giants.
how you feel about Judge?
Yeah, I feel about Judge.
How you feel about Judge being guaranteed? What do you?
Okay, as mad as
Bro,
he gets
back
me,
off,
honestly, like, look and chill. Wait, real fast. Shout out to Cooper Cup, by the way. Like, real fast. Shout out to Cooper Cup. That guy's doing
That's just
phenomenal
scary, man.
things.
That's just scary.
Coach Judge, like, as mad as he gets me, I think he's learning as a head coach, and I think next year
Christ,
he's just
guys, really?
he's gonna be.
Reggie Ragland.
I think next year he's gonna obviously one more year under his belt, and I don't want to use the words he's gonna get it together because obviously he's still gonna make mistakes, but it's gonna be better. Because you know why? Because everyone's better the third year at their job, right? And if they're not, like, does the company keep them around? No, I mean, like, you should be, right? So obviously we've seen a lot of mistakes this year, and I hate being 50-50 on these kind of things, but you know, I'm happy for him and his family, but you know, I want us to play good football, and hopefully he gets this team together, and that's probably the best way to answer that. You know what I'm saying? I'm numb to it. I'm numb to it, if that makes sense.
Y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me.
Joe, pull up my comment.
No, I don't want to.
Logan has this crush on Lana, if you guys haven't noticed.
Yeah, I know he does.
No, I'm not lying.
Just like Zion has a crush on Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson. He has his fantasies about them, but we're not going to get into that.
That's
It's
like
weird
the
how
new,
you imagine me with. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Where your imagination goes, Logan.
that's like the new owners of Logan's old apartment. They went in his bedroom with a black light and it just glowed like there was no tomorrow.
Whoa.
Joe, I'm jealous of the people that don't know you.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna lie.
What's your thoughts on Joe Judge, Joe?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I said in the
Go fast,
beginning of this
pass.
stream.
Go fast. What's with the picture behind you? What is that? Is that to attract viewers?
What does that say? What's that word?
Saturday college football hangout?
All right, what are the girls doing?
Hanging out?
There you go.
That's why he does it. Why
There
he does
you
it?
go.
That's such
see?
clickbait, Joe.
My girls are, yeah, it was clickbait. You know what? I got a lot of views on
What are
that.
you doing,
Exactly.
Logan?
I got a lot of views. But
Good
hey,
job,
Giants
Joe.
Opinion Sports, thank you for kicking around. I do appreciate it.
Hey,
I
all right,
appreciate
Giants
everybody
opinion.
that's watching. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, sub these guys up. Definitely
I'm sorry for
take care.
Cutting you off, Joe.
No, it's all
That's
right
Joe
because with Joe Judge, I want to see who's going to get let go.
Steph Curry, man,
I want to see what changes in the coaching staff. I want to see, you know, is he really in control? Because that's going to tell us an awful lot about this team. When we start seeing who, you know, at the end of the season and before free agency, what changes are made? Who's let go? Who's re-signed? Who is signed off of free agency? Are we going to sign, you know, are we going to get a couple of free agent linemen in here? All right, if we get a couple of free agent linemen, what position is it? Is it a true center? Is it a true guard, a true right tackle? Okay, so if we go right tackle in free agency, our first pick is probably Linderbaum. Okay, you know, is Aiden Hutchinson, does he have a chance to fall? We have to wait and see what all of these things are going to happen the closer we get to the draft. And unfortunately, It's probably going to be like an hour before the draft before we have any actual idea as to what trades are made. Have the Giants made any trades? You know, because there's always trades that goes on. I want to see, you know, is there changes in the coaching staff? Is there changing in the scout room? Is there changing? What GM do we have? All right, this is all going to tell me a lot about what Joe Judge is.
Is Aiden like, for me? I don't watch college football that much, but like I hear his name a lot. Is he really that good? I need to start go watching some.
Yeah.
Being that the season's over.
Yeah.
I know you watch college ball. Like I need to go watch this kid because his name's
overrated.
popping up. What?
He's just
Yeah, everybody out there that's looking to pick him in the top 5, he's overrated. He's definitely overrated.
Yeah.
Joel, I'm busting your
Start
balls.
that.
No, I'm telling everybody he's overrated, so he falls to us,
Yeah,
dumbass.
start that now. Start that now.
Right.
He's
He's
overrated.
overrated. So he runs a 4.840.
Oh
Logan,
man.
I mean, Joel, you know what we should do? We should do the same thing we said with his East. You say he had a random injury. Yeah, we had it.
He's an East. What the fuck?
Continue, Nate.
We should make a random injury for freaking Aiden Hutchinson.
He's a
Just say
beast.
he had
Nice.
He had a broken finger. He's gonna fall to us at 6. If that happened, bro, I would laugh my ass off if that happened. He's a free Zion. If you watch his tape, he's really good.
You mean
Nice.
highlights, not
You
tape.
go watch it.
Same thing.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is the exact opposite.
How do we get our hands on college tape? There's probably some programs
You
out there
can't.
that we can use.
can't.
What?
You have to pay for it like a lot of money.
Oh. Watch highlights.
What's up? No, what you got to do is you got to look up Aiden Hutchinson versus and then whatever team. So Aiden Hutchinson versus Georgia.
Yeah,
versus
that's the best way to do
State.
it. Yeah.
You can see how he does against different teams. You're not going to be able to find all 22, but
But at least to just get a grip on what the guy is, you know.
He's insane. He calls out people midline. I want you.
so cool. He calls people.
That's what happened with
This Drake
Aziz.
should have made it.
Absolutely, we did. Yeah, people did come out with that rumor about Aziz, and he fell. That's absolutely right, Eddie.
Yeah.
You used to ping me on my beat, bro.
Shut up. That song is so overrated, bro. Shut up.
You used to ping me on my beat, bro.
No.
Joel's like, you used to alert me on my stone.
No, get the hell off the street. That's all what he's doing.
Your hair's starting to grow back.
It's like
fast,
Joe,
man.
Joe is looking up some.
Yeah, Logan,
something
you should
he's
cut
gonna
it
tell
again.
us.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking for something.
Let's get it.
Zion, are you Joe
Yes,
Judge
sir.
2.0?
Yeah,
No,
that
no.
looks like Joe Judge, bro. He
How do I
does.
look like Joe Judge? It's
I
not
mean,
like Joe Judge.
Are you gonna
I
go
gotta
to the
look at the
tape?
tape. We gotta look at the tape, and we gotta execute better. And
It's funny.
We're gonna see how good our punts are in practice. We're gonna run around the field for 40 minutes, do some sprints, maybe walks.
nah, but all
but
seriousness though, we should keep this guy for another year.
Maybe
man. I
planks.
can't wait to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, of what he could do for this team, man. What kind of foundation he could build for us to look
I think
forward
so,
to,
too.
man. I
I'll be
mean,
back.
because
I'm gonna get some water real
we
fast.
can't keep on firing. We can't keep on firing coaches like after every 2 years. Okay, like enough is enough of that shit, man.
Come on, you dirty bastard. There we go.
Like, enough is enough.
Ad-libbing, let's get it.
Where's Zion?
Oh
He
damn,
turned his camera off.
you just left.
Get your camera back on you.
Yeah,
I got something here to show you. I want to see the look on your face.
Zion, put your camera back on.
I was getting water.
All right, right there. That's Aiden Hutchinson. Okay,
I was getting water. Yes.
this is Aiden Hutchinson right here.
What's his number?
Ready?
It's number 97.
97.
There you go.
Oh!
Man, he pancaked.
That's Aiden
Hey, that's
Hutchinson
it.
right there.
That guy
That
looks
guy
like he
just-
just fast forward. You know what
He
I'm
took
saying?
that man's virginity. What the hell?
Damn.
That man's going to
I get
McDonald's, bro.
79.
That guy's
I don't
out.
know what the hell to do?
He took that
That's
man.
Aiden
That's
Hutchinson.
nasty.
That man just made this to the
Ooh,
egg.
Who
Oh
they
my
playing against
God.
though?
Iowa.
Iowa.
A
Oh,
great
Iowa.
old
Yeah,
line.
that's a good team.
pancaked. Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
He looks like Joe Judge, bro. I'm making an edit right now.
It better not be some weird shit.
I'm doing it, bro. I'm making a Joe Judge edit with Zion. We're gonna.
Yeah, he
Stop,
did. He
Logan.
tore his
Don't you
ACL,
dare.
and he's doing this stuff.
Who tore his ACL?
Aiden Hutchinson last year.
Yeah, he tore
Yes,
his
he
ACL.
said last week he repped
yeah.
Ohio State game 2 weeks ago in the show, in the snow. That's crazy.
But he got
Crazy thing
torn his
is he
ACL in
tore
that
his
game, so he's gonna be
ACL.
dropping to like
Aw.
the 6th pick, where the Giants are picking, and the Giants.
Oh,
take
that's
it.
perfect, right? That works
Just
out
tell him
for
a
us.
big injury. Just go there. Just pretend you.
Yo, Nate, remember that time? What's his face? Santos broke his ACL fighting John Jones.
Yes.
And he just fought on it.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
Joel, can you share my screen real quick? Joel, can you share my screen, please?
Don't share his screen, Joe.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
not
working
show-
on it. My
not
mouse ain't
share his
working.
screen. Remove it from studio.
Oh my god.
Oh.
You actually do look
Kids
like
do
him.
on their free time.
What am I supposed to do, bro?
You should have got the
What am I
playbook.
supposed to
Joe
do?
Judge.
All right, so we have Eminem, Joe Judge, Chassarai.
Yeah, I'm the real Slim Shady, bro. Nate keeps telling me I look like Eminem.
Yes,
Like,
you
it's
do.
fine.
You look like you're just a depressed, like freaking in North Carolina. Or this boy trip.
What were you gonna say, Zion? 'Cause
No.
I know you had something. No,
I
just
was gonna
say
say
it.
something, but I took it back now.
Just say it.
He doesn't
I'm not
Oh,
gonna
that's
get
too
offended.
hard.
I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
get
you can. I'm not gonna say it the more you ask me to say it, so it's never gonna be said.
Zion.
You just have to
I'm
move
not
past
gonna get
them, guys.
offended.
No, you're not gonna get offended. But I thought about it, then I'm like, no, you don't really look like them, so I'm not gonna say it. I think
You
Joel's
wanna-
looking up another thing to show us.
What are you
Bro,
I'll find it.
I was gonna say you
No.
look like Ben Simmons.
What the fuck?
What? That's like the random bird. That's like the most random
Wrong
guy.
ethnicity, bro. Wrong ethnicity.
That's why I didn't say it at first.
It's like, yeah, he's fucking. That man's black, bro. Yeah, give him the.
I'm paler than a motherfucker, bro.
Yes, you.
Look at my dog, bro. Look
We
at this
believe
fucking
in you,
fat-
bro.
Look at this fat pig of an animal.
That's messed up. He didn't do anything wrong. Did he call him
Better
that?
not be, hey, better not be shitting on your bed.
She's never
Damn,
shit in the
no,
house,
he
and
is.
we've had her for 9 years.
Oh,
What happened, Joel?
I heard something about pooping on the bed.
Oh no.
Have you ever been shit on?
No.
Okay, well,
I
that's
know, dude.
Joel went to
I
a
know.
strip club where he took a shit in a woman's mouth. He told me that story one time.
Wait, what?
What?
No. We're not going down
No.
that road. No, we ain't talking about that.
You
That's-
told me.
That's not
No.
allowed to classify.
You know, if you get
with Joel.
contribute nice. We've been talking football. We've had a really good stream going. Don't need that. Where the hell did that go?
Yes, you are in timeout, Logan. You shake your head.
Pause. Peace, guys.
Oh God.
Oh, dude,
Disciplining the kids.
He's crying.
No, he'll come back. He'll come back.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Right. We'll get some conversation
He's in
going.
the
He'll come back.
backseat. I already know he's there. I think he just show up the camera.
Expect this.
No,
team
he's
to
not.
be a run
Yeah,
heavy.
he is backstage. He's
Yeah, I
just
know.
listening.
Yeah, I know he's there.
Yeah,
Where are you doing with your crying
children
session?
these days.
Nate, you can't talk about crying sessions, bro.
I don't cry. What are you talking about? You're tripping, bro.
We ain't gonna go down that road.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, Logan.
Yeah, it's so crazy the fact
Apparently
that
in a
Patriots
movie
beat the
about-
Bills.
In a movie about the New Orleans Saints Super Bowl run, Kevin James has been casted as Sean Payton.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw that.
yeah.
Wait, what? Say that one more time.
Kevin James has been casted in
How
Sean
about-
Payton.
They're making a movie about the Saints Super Bowl one.
Yeah, that's
Like
yeah.
a blockbuster.
No, it's just a Netflix thing. It's probably not going to work.
Yeah, it's a Netflix
But-
thing.
That's still kind of good. But why don't we get one when we defeated the
Oh,
Patriots?
did you
Where's
just say
that movie at?
blockbuster? Like this still,
Because Tom Brady is on the
No,
director.
no. If
Where's
they
our
do that,
movie
they'll
at?
just take
Why don't
over
we
our-
get a live action movie?
We
'Cause
don't.
Everyone hates the New York Giants.
We're not even in New York. We're the New Jersey Giants. We're not
Stop!
even in New
Kick
York.
him off the stream. Kick him off the stream.
Joel, be honest, bro.
Kick him off the stream.
Look, he understands.
New York, New Jersey Giants.
The new Kurt Warner movie
And I'm getting
looks
this
good.
idea. We should move to New York. I get this idea. You are the New Jersey Giants.
That just sounds
Be
bad.
honest.
Stop it.
Be honest.
I know you're being honest, but that just sounds terrible.
It's our name.
Nah.
There's nothing against New Jersey, Nate, but I'm just
Jersey
this is,
sucks. That's why they call us New York.
New Jersey, stop.
Logan, that place is hell. Every time I go there.
Whoa.
Yeah,
There's a lot
I
of
don't
great
know.
people in New Jersey.
I had a lot of people blocked. I had to unblock a lot of people. I don't know what the hell was going on with that, but I don't want.
Oh yeah, it's because of YouTube. It's because of YouTube.
Oh.
It's the YouTube stuff. They block like a lot. They like take away like subscribers and stuff. It's so weird.
I was looking at your background, Nate. Is that like some kind of like leaf design? It looks like it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Lowe's Giants. Well, yeah,
That's dope.
Logan, you should go
Let's
to
get
your
it.
virtual background.
What?
Go to your virtual background.
No, I like my blurred one. It looks professional.
No one wants to see your dog.
No one wants to see your face, but we let you on our streams.
Bro, no one likes you.
Man.
Zion told him that anyway.
I don't
Wait,
like
what?
you, Logan. You're mean.
He
I don't
said,
like
I don't like you, Logan. You're mean.
So players you're looking at for the draft, Nate? I'm not talking about first round players. I'm talking about you have your eyes on anybody past the first round that I should be looking into.
No one named Logan. Shit. I don't want no one named Logan. No one. No one. No one. It's about Evan Neal. Evan Neal's one.
There's something about like other
Past
than
the first round?
Yeah, past the first.
Yeah,
round.
I'm just gonna just do some guys. Obviously,
I know there's like
Hutchinson,
some offensive
Thibodeau.
linemen that they could be
The NC
doing
State
past
offensive lineman I'm interested in.
Hakeem Ekwani is going first round, top 10.
Nope.
He's going in the first.
He's
round.
going 6. He's going
Yes.
6.
I don't watch Bleach. I never watched Bleach. Maybe watch the episode of Bleach. If it's really good, I should check it out. But I like to say I'm a Fairy Tail fan and a Dragon Ball Z fan. Because I don't take the time to watch any other anime. I need to take the time. I watch like season 2 Attack on Titan. I know that gets better, King Tone, but I still need a complete Fairy Tail, and Dragon Ball Z is the best anime of all time. But maybe Hunter x Hunter I need to check out. But if you have any recommendations, if Bleach is worth watching, maybe I'll check out Bleach. Watson still has illegal trouble, yes.
Yeah.
I think his trial ends in like February, right?
Man, that's crazy. I look at you know what's crazy, guys? I was thinking about this the other day. Like San Diego drafts Eli, right? And then that whole thing goes down, and then he wins us 2 championships. And then like we're supposed to draft Justin, but he wants to stay back in college, and San Diego gets Justin. Wow, that's crazy.
Hey,
I brought that up.
when he has a Phillip Rivers career, he's going to regret it.
And it's more crazy.
Very
Right.
Very
Yeah,
telling.
it's the Chargers. It's the Chargers.
It could have been not. It could have been more
But
crazy.
yeah. Fantasy to San Diego, absolutely. Thank you, Taj. It's the Chargers.
Maybe we could have not had Eli too.
Mm-hmm.
We may could have not had Eli.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. All right. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Trixie, stop snoring, big dog.
Damn.
Damn.
God
Stop
damn.
abusing your animals, man. Your animals have a right to snore too, bro.
There. Okay. Now maybe I can. I'm trying to find another.
Did like he leave or did Joe like that was just in sync? Like, did he leave on purpose or did you remove
Oh
him, Joe?
no,
What
I didn't mean
happened there?
Logan. I meant I'm closing
No, he's
shit out here
backstage.
trying to
Okay.
get.
Yeah, because that was just on sync.
Chick, you want to go outside?
That's
You-
funny. Come back, Logan.
Trixie, you want to go outside? You want to go outside?
Stop.
Yeah.
You
Logan, you want to go outside? Logan, you want to go outside?
Go outside.
Go on.
I
There
said
you
she
go.
gave you the middle finger.
Trixie,
Go out, go potty.
Come here, Trix. Baby, you gotta go to the bathroom.
I'm going to kill you.
What did I mean?
No, it's kind of cute. I like it.
You're talking to a minor.
Logan's finally getting ready to use the tree
Dog
outside.
does
What a
not want to
man.
move. He's too comfortable. She's too What is it? She?
Doll Zion.
Come here, baby.
There you go.
There you go.
Logan.
No, I'm
You gotta
gonna
go
kick
potty?
your old ass.
Yeah, you can't get your foot that high, young man.
I
You'll pull a
do-
groin.
okay, I'm not even
Six.
gonna-
Joel, how tall are you?
6'1".
I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
get
no,
my
we're just-
foot that high, bro. I've
No, you
kicked it-
can't. I
No
got long
way. I'm
legs.
done.
You don't even. So do I. Oh my! I'm not even gonna go over this right now because I'm not in the mood, and I honestly don't.
David
feel like-
Moore deserves to have some snaps.
I don't even feel like living, but we're not gonna talk
I
about
have
that.
to agree.
Why? Why you had to bring that up? Why? What was the reason for that?
Wait, what did he say? I missed it.
You missed it. You don't want to hear
No, I
about it.
can't find
Okay,
it.
perfect. Don't
Move
need to
on.
hear about it. We'll move on.
Move on to big, better things.
That's right. Bigger, better, better.
Yeah, whatever I said. I don't even know what I was even saying. there.
I wouldn't
David
mind seeing
Moore,
that.
there's some snaps.
I like
Yeah,
David Moore.
Me too.
Much better than Reggie Ragland. Much better.
David Moe was a defensive tackle, bro.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
doing. Wasn't he the one
No.
doing good in the preseason? I know it's preseason.
Logan, Reggie Ragland can play defense tackle with his fat self. Jesus Christ, that dude's overweight, bro. I'm
Reggie
telling you.
Ragland is 260. That's middle linebacker weight, bro.
Tell Pat. Pat says it all the time. You can play on the defensive line. I'm telling you.
So could Blake Martinez. Technically, he's 270. like,
Bro, there's no dude. If that was possible, bro, oh my god, that dude.
Yeah, I
has no,
agree, Eddie.
that dude will get bullied on the offense. On the offense line will bully.
Yeah,
I heard about
Definitely.
Naruto. I heard Naruto has a good storyline.
I can't get into anime. I don't really
Why?
watch TV. I don't really watch TV at all besides football.
Yeah,
Damn.
Naruto. There's so much
I
episodes.
love, dude.
There's
Naruto's my
700 episodes.
bro. I just watched Naruto.
And then that's
right
like
now.
just the main season, right? I mean, like how much episodes are there, Nate? Like thousands?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 1,000 now.
I just like started at like the way beginning, so catching up, way
That's
catching
good.
up.
Yeah, you can always catch up. That's the good thing
When
about
I'm in
it.
school, I usually watch it because I have nothing to do when I'm done with my assignments. I just gonna watch fucking anime.
I
Catch
feel you on
up.
that. Let's get it.
Joel, what kind of music do you like, Joel?
I like all sorts of music.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with this one. Big Kenny has been a beast. I've been loving watching him when he's on the field. And then we substitute him for Reggie Ragland to put him in coverage. Really?
See, that's like I don't even know. Is that like his grandson? Is that his son, Nate?
Yeah, it's his son. His son's
Yeah, that's his
retarded.
son.
It's stupid
Yeah,
as
his
hell.
son-
I hate
well,
that
can't say that
guy.
word. Watch out. Cancel culture.
Bro, why are we so stupid, bro? I'm just not. That's stupid.
And
You watched that
Time
show,
is it,
bro?
11:30? Yeah, we've been going for 3 hours. This went a little bit better than what I thought it would.
Let's get it.
Not gonna lie, I think I had 20 people watching at one point in time. So
I love it.
I do too. You
That's your
know,
watch hours.
I got a new subscriber. Oh my god, I'm over.
Get it in my-
I'm over 5,000 viewers.
Damn.
Let's get it.
I have
Yeah.
9,000, I think.
Yeah, I have a lot of viewers.
I will. I'll share screen here when I shut this down in a minute, so
Let's get it.
we can talk in the
right now have 1.3K viewers. Right
Good
now,
job.
so
Let's go.
right now.
Yeah, I got my email from YouTube telling me how I did and
Yeah.
what my best video of the year was.
I got
Oh,
mine
that
too.
monthly stuff. I just started digging up mine too.
But
I'm-
I said I want to thank everybody for watching. I think we're going to wrap this up for just a random Tuesday night. If you guys want to stay backstage, we can talk YouTube stuff, analytics.
All right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to put everything out there, you know.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
my
So,
favorite stuff. Yeah.
but I appreciate everybody for watching. I hope you had fun. I want to thank you for the subs I got. I do appreciate it. I got to do a giveaway or something
I
here
got a
soon.
sub tonight too. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do something. So, but
Carl's probably
again,
wrong,
you know, happy holidays to everybody. Christmas is coming
Yes.
up. You know, may everybody have
Yes,
safe
happy
travels and everything. You
I
know.
will be having a Christmas stream, so that'll be fun. That'll be one of my plans.
Oh, nice.
Nice,
So,
nice.
considering
I'm
I'm
actually.
doing it.
does
flying
anybody
this
have any
week,
last
but-
words? Nate's got a Christmas thing he's going to be doing.
Christmas
Fun.
thing on Nate's channel.
Just
You can
check
find me
out-
at Zion Zenith.
It
I
won't
do
be sports
everything
related.
from
Just to be
UFC
honest,
to
it won't be
sports.
sports related at all. That thing will.
Oh, yeah. It's a holiday stream.
Check out about the Knicks play the Hawks Christmas Day. Let's get it.
Thank you,
But,
Eddie.
Christmas. Jeez.
But yeah, check out the podcast tomorrow.
Thank you,
Meet
Eddie.
Zion and hopefully CJ at 7:30 tomorrow.
CJ.
Yes, definitely go over there, check that out. They're going to be talking
Still
probably
there?
draft, probably the coaching, probably some other stuff. So
GM candidates.
I'll be there watching at least. So, but we're going to wrap this up. Thank y'all. I appreciate the panel. I appreciate Miz for being my special guest starting this off. It was great to just talk old school football between a couple of guys that, you know, we probably have 70 years of watching football combined at least. You know, it's always great to chop it up. And then you get these young fellers' opinions here on what they're seeing, you know, not realizing that, well, they know the history of the Giants, but they didn't get to watch the history of the Giants. So it's great to get both views and both sides. And that's what I love about the Big Blue Crew. I was kind of hoping Pat would have jumped in, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he might be busy, but
I just want to say real fast. Yes, King Tone. I love story development, character developments. I love stories. Absolutely. Maybe I'll go check that out as well. A lot of recommendations. Hell yeah. Thank you.
all right. So, but yeah, we're going to end it here. So.